Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 180, New Donk City. I am your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Marc Augustiniak.
What's up?
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. There's a Nintendo Switch a-coming.
Oh, yes.
There is.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. As some people might say, and then never say again, because what is that thing?
Unity.
Oh. Hey, Nintendo talked about the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
It's coming, March 3rd, 2017. $299 US. But we're not talking about that right now. We'll talk about the Nintendo Switch later. Obviously, it's the only thing to talk about this week. First, how are Mark, how are Matt?
Fine.
Just fine?
Fine.
What happened?
I mean, I'm a little amped up right now. The Cowboys literally just got eliminated seconds ago.
And you're happy about this?
Yes. I don't like the Cowboys.
Why not?
I don't like the Cowboys.
You don't like the logo, or you don't like Dallas?
It's not the city of Dallas. It's more that team. I think it's Jerry Jones. He's the owner.
Jones. Yeah.
He's the old skeleton guy.
I know Jerry Jones. He's been around a while.
He has been a while.
Yeah. Both in human years and football years.
Yes.
Yeah. And so why not? Did he spit on you? Did he steal like
No,
a piece of cake
I don't
from
know.
you?
I don't have a good reason. It's
You
just one
don't
of the
like
sports
his-
things.
Okay. I get that. I understand. It's like that,
It's like I don't like any like Canadian teams in hockey.
yeah.
They
it's-
did nothing to me. Canada, I'm sure, is a nice place to visit.
Yeah, but it's like the, Mark, how are you?
Perfect.
How's Mark doing?
Sports. No. Great.
Uh-huh.
That's a new word.
That's a new one for Mark.
Yeah, it's just the presentation's still on my mind. I know we'll get to it later, but that's
We'll
just
get there.
I know. I know.
so many things.
Yeah.
I'm excited about everything that wasn't said.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm stoked about what they showed off, right? But like, I'm now injecting myself into the shoes of Karen and the like, you know, to kind of
Karen.
see
Karen.
what my life will become.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
How are you?
Me, I'm fantastic. I saw what I can only call is the bloodening happen in my backyard, where I woke up to get ready and I made coffee, and as I was pouring coffee, I glanced out back just to see what weather looked like, and there was a large bird in the yard, and I said, "Hello, large bird, good morning to you." And I saw him kind of like looking around like birds do, and pecking at the ground, grabbing worms as they do.
Rude. You could have said hi back.
He, whatever. So he
What a
kept
dick.
doing his thing, and I went upstairs, and then Katie went downstairs to grab things out of the laundry, and then as she came up, she screamed from the kitchen, "There's a falcon in the backyard!" And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I didn't know it was a falcon, but I knew it was a large bird. I saw him too." And she's like, "He's feasting." And I was like, "Yeah, I saw him. Early bird gets the worm. You know, that's what they do. That's why they say that."
Look out. He has like a yellow scarf, a red helmet.
She's like, "Yeah, they're carnivorous." And I was like, "Oh, word?" And then I looked down from the window, and then I realized there was a pile of blood that you could see from atop. And then turned out
Could have grabbed one of your boys.
it was, well, he was not that big of a falcon.
Oh.
He was big enough, but not, the boys were still larger than he. But he might have tried to take out an eye, you know, something like that. But yeah, he left a nice skeleton in the yard, covered in blood.
Oh, nice.
And
You got
blood
your
all
Halloween
around
decorations done early.
You know, 2017 is the year of getting things done early, as I say.
Is it like that birdhouse skateboard? Like underneath of the skeleton bird? Just
A little bit, pretty much. I don't see any difference, really. Man, wouldn't it be great if there was a good Tony Hawk game again?
that was the way to announce it.
That I'd be fine with that if they just sent out.
Pukes out the Neversoft logo.
Yeah. So we borrow people's eyes we put nails through them and we mail them to other people, right?
Yeah, that's totally safe.
And,
Nobody's gonna call
it's
the
fine.
cops.
And then he sends out an army of birds as Birdman himself to then fall and die on our yards. And when the other birds come to eat their bird selves, the skeletons they spell out Tony Hawk 6. It's a good one this time.
I think we're due for a ride too.
Ooh, fuck. I don't.
I mean, just more hot garbage. Why not?
Sure. I mean, keep it coming.
But that board's filled with technology.
And I like technology, so that's a good thing. Other than that, I mean, things are pretty good. This is still an empty space behind you, but the difference is I have money now, so I can buy a couch, I think. Maybe. We'll see.
Just futon.
We gotta do it right. We gotta get that television fixed or replaced or whatever we gotta do.
Yeah, I'm hoping my next check that I get, or should I say my last check with
this
job, the sick time and vacation time that I haven't used, get that reimbursed.
Nice.
Do you have to manually cash that shit out, or?
I think because I was with my supervisor that filled out the form of like resignation, I think that all might get processed automatically for me.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be dope. Have a fat check.
Fat stacks.
Yeah. No, I'm ready. Like it's been almost a year now, and this is just kind of sat non-moving, which I'm fine with. You know, you don't really want to move the amiibo collection.
You added some things. Like I see you're a hunter.
Yeah, things have been added, but really, like, I don't want these bookshelves. They're just what we had in the apartment. I don't want that TV stand. It was just a thing that we had, and it made sense to throw things on it.
I thought you were pointing at a game.
I thought you were pointing at the Wii U Fit board.
Oh, I see the game you're pointing at. Duke Nukem Forever. I see it.
No, I want both of those things.
Ooh,
I love playing Duke Nukem Forever while doing sit-ups on my Wii Fit U board.
I would actually like to see that.
Do you think it would work? I mean, we could film that. Do you think it would work do you think that's going to be compatible with the Nintendo Switch?
No.
Do you think they will put out Nintendo Switch Fit U?
Yep, and it will cost $300.
It'll probably be in the form of a Fitbit.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I think that's all acceptable.
It'd be called Wii Fitbit.
Wii Fitbit.
But it won't, because Wii's not a thing anymore, so it'll be like Switch Fit or something.
What if Wii became their fitness line? Or they're like, remember they were doing all the weird health stuff?
I would be haunted.
Do you think we can get a vitality sensor if that's the case?
Because like, they're bringing up this part of the past again, and like we're trying to move on, hence the Switch.
But were they
get rid of the whole Wii name in general. We don't need a third generation using the word Wii. Just
we'll get there.
Get it out of here.
I'll get there.
I don't know. Well, the free cheese is about video games, in case you didn't know that. We played some video games in the last 7 days amidst watching Nintendo Switch presentations. I say we jump into a little segment called Now Playing, where we talk about those video games that we have played. Matt?
So I have a new subcategory to this category.
Okay.
This little segment. It's called the Weekly Bloodborne Update.
Which, all right, yeah, I like this update. You know I'm never going to turn that down as a feature.
That's the only thing I played this week. I barely played video games at all, but when I did, it was Bloodborne. I was talking about the Amelia boss fight last week.
Next day, girl.
Next day, took care of her.
Good.
First try that night. Felt real good. Then I started maneuvering around a little bit more. Stopped playing. It didn't pick it back up for like 4 days. Things just happened. Switch event, all kinds of good stuff. And then I explored these woods to the left of like where Amelia's boss fight is at.
Sure.
Not the Forbidden Woods. I thought that was where I was at.
Oh.
No, it's not. Different.
Yeah.
Definitely different. I started exploring them. And then I found another boss fight. It was the two witches. The two witches that are invisible. I keep sending the creatures that spawn in, like in all red.
Oh, it's just one witch.
There's two.
The Hemlock Witch? Is that what she is?
Yeah, that's it. Hemlock, yeah. There's two.
I mean, she appears twice, I think.
There's two health meters. I don't know if your boss fight was different.
No, you're right.
There's two, because you think you kill the one, and then like the fight keeps going, and then the second one pops in, and you're like, oh, I beat that first try though.
Yeah, me too. Because that one you can fuck that one.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. It was just, it could have gotten hard if you made it hard, but if you just kept going after her when she appeared, the fight kind of ends itself.
Yeah.
But then I beat her. I got another part of the game explained to me, these rooms that I kept getting.
Right.
Yeah, I did. And then, of course, I had to figure out where that was at in the Hunter's Dream. Turns out that's at the altar. I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. It is. That's fine. Found that. And then I got to a part where I was like, all right, I just beat these people. I'm going to go forward. forward is where you get the thing to do the runes, and then there's a dead end.
Good.
I'm like, oh man, there's a section here that I missed. I lapped it twice, didn't see a section. I'm like, oh great, here we go. Had to Google my next path.
That's where you fucked up.
No.
4 letters is all you need.
I knew it. It was
I walked right into that.
Yeah,
No, I definitely Googled. And then, I found out what I had to do. It was something I never would have guessed in the 3 hours of frustration I would put myself through.
Yeah.
I had to go to the little password. Remember the door with the password?
Yep.
Yeah, had to go knock on that guy again.
Yeah.
It's this game. That's getting out of hand a little bit.
It's good.
And then I found the woods. I almost died in my first trap in the woods. And then...
How deep did you get in the woods?
Not too deep. I got to the first lamp.
All right. Tell me when you get a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because the woods are filled with things.
I know. I kind of know what I'm getting myself into.
No, you don't.
A little bit. I know a little bit what I'm getting myself into.
The
enemy types? I know what's there.
Name one.
You got
Skull
the
Kid.
snake piles.
Snake piles. Okay, yeah, snake piles are. Yeah, that's a pretty good one you can find there. In the old,
there's giant and smaller ones too.
Yeah, all right, you got that much.
Yeah.
I mean, what else you know?
I know there's more of the little piggies out there.
There are some piggies. Yeah, you'll find some pigs.
Yeah. There's Resident Evil 4. People's heads explode and snakes come out.
Fuck, why do you know all this shit?
Like I said, when this game first came out, it intrigued the hell out of me.
Like Las Plagas?
Yeah, there's some crazy shit in there that's going to happen.
Yeah.
See,
all right.
I had never had any intentions of playing this game, and then 2 years later, here I am playing it. So I know what's there. It's just, Las
Plagas for the first
Mm-hmm.
time. Yeah, it's the snake piles are a motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember them for 2 years ago. Yeah.
It's not so much that they're difficult to overcome. It's just that
don't they scatter?
They provide safety in numbers for themselves. So yeah, they'll scatter and they'll
then
also
if you
swarm
defeat
you,
it, then they separate out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it though.
A big pile becomes 3 small piles. I think.
Great.
Yeah.
Hail Hydra.
But despite the scarier things that are going to be coming my way, I am ready. I'm going to keep plowing through. Can't wait to get the later sections because God knows what's in there. And I'm going to end up beating this game sooner or later. This game has the same effect that Symphony of the Night had about, 5 months ago now?
God, it's been... No,
4. It was October.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah, but that game has kind of took over. And it's one of those rare games where I usually try to balance 2 or 3 at a time just to keep it new. Bloodborne is just one of those games where I can just kind of keep coming back to it. I might get frustrated for 30 minutes, play a round or 2 of Rocket League, and then I got to get back in. Yeah.
Which weapon are we on?
I'm still using that saw cleaver thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I do have Ludwig's Holy Blade. I've been trying to experiment with that, but it's a little bit slower than the saw cleaver, so I'm still trying to adjust my timing with it. But
that should speed itself up a little bit when you start upgrading it. It'll get
it's just I've been so used to the saw cleaver, I've been upgrading that guy, so I threw off my timing just a little bit trying to use it, so I don't like it yet, but when I start having to farm Yarnum again, I'll experiment more with it then.
Very good.
Good time.
I like the weekly Bloodborne check-in. I'm going to be okay with that.
It's going to be at least 1 more week, probably 2 more weeks.
Probably, maybe, yeah. And then you get the Old Hunters DLC.
I don't have that yet. I'll probably buy that.
We can do that together. That would be a perfect use of the gift card.
Or Planet 2000. I don't know which one yet.
If you buy fucking Planet 2000, I am shutting everything down.
I'm just saying, I got $20 of credit laying there.
Well, I think when you are ready for the Old Hunters, we should both start it at the same time.
Oh, that's right. You never played it.
Oh,
shit. I'm excited.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know which character to do it with. My New Game Plus or my new game that I did around 2.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
Well, Simon Belmont's already been through hell and back, and he's, you know what I mean? He's there again. He's brand new and super leveled up, whereas Talia al Ghul, not as leveled up yet.
I say just going with your best.
But the game's harder now, right?
Right, so fuck shit up.
I think shit's going to fuck me up. I think that's more...
I think you got to be Simon.
Who did I watch you play with? Was that Simon or Talia?
That was Talia.
Oh, because you were kind of getting... You were rushing, though. You had no patience.
I was...
You're getting your ass kicked.
Yeah,
I remember that part quite clearly that you were playing through, and...
Yeah.
There was tactics where you just ran in there. I was like, I picked them off one by one, but you can do what you want. And then he died, and you were like, I'm done.
I also, that one, I jumped into that just after coming out of Let It Die, which they're super similar. And I was, you know what I mean? I was playing it more like I've been playing Let It Die, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Can't really do that, but.
But no, Bloodborne's good. I don't know if I'm going to want to jump into the old Hunters right away.
I mean, hey,
I got Ratchet and Clank too. That itching to play. I just can't get both of them. I don't think I could balance both of them.
I'm not, eager. I've got time. I've got whatever. When you're ready,
I think Ratchet and Clank's next on my list.
That's good. Free Cheese Game of the Year 2016 most. Or was it?
Play it next year.
I'll play it next year.
Yeah.
Didn't have time to play it last year. We'll play it now. Mark, what have you played now? That was a good segue. See?
Haha.
I know how to segue.
This is more like samples. I didn't really like dedicate a lot of time with each game. So I upgraded the SD card on my 3DS. So now I have good old 32 gigs.
Just in time.
And wait, why?
Because Switch is almost here.
Oh,
but that also has 32 gigs.
It's true.
Starting out, but that can expand to 256.
I heard 2 terabyte.
Later. I hope that.
We'll get there.
First, I'll start with I went back to Battle Block Theater.
Yeah, that's a Mark game.
Dude, everybody should try that. Though.
I know.
It's great, but there was they added a feature called Fur Bottoms Features, which is basically I'm not sure if it's levels that they made beyond the campaign. Mm-hmm. They're just like extra challenge maps to play, and you unlock more. I think like costumes or whatever, like headpieces. So I just play a little bit of that, not too much, and then so when I went to my 3DS, so I was finally able to install Pokemon Sun. I am not far in this game. Like every day I turn it on, like right before I go to sleep. I play for like 10 minutes and I'm just like, I don't care. And so let's see, I got my Pokemon. I picked Litten.
I know.
Did you keep farming until you got like, what was that, gold one?
Shiny.
The shiny.
No,
sorry.
my friend told me I should do that. The one who actually did that, and I'm like, nah.
Didn't it take him a week to
He'd
get
been
started?
through it. Why would he recommend that to you, having gone through it?
Yeah, it took him about like 4 days.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever. So like after you do that, there's like a little festival that you go to in the game, and I think I'm like the day after that. So I just got my Z bracelet.
All right.
But it's just handholdy as hell in the beginning. It's just do this, blah 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 blah. Next day,
that's fine.
Someone's at the door, let them in. You do this like 3 days in a fucking row. It's like
I can't fault them for that, dude. This is a game.
No, you can. No, you can. Because red version, you get your shit and you go.
All right, yeah, you're right.
This is like
you're right.
You don't leave the same area for like almost half a week. Like, let me go on to the fucking adventure already.
Have you? Oh, so you haven't like caught anything, fought anything?
I've only caught like the picky peck, whatever thing,
because it's part of a tutorial. I'm sure.
And Ladybug.
Oh, she's in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Or he? I guess it's there.
I mean, it's either.
I know.
But the one I caught was female.
Yeah. Well, I know.
I think you can blame your Pokemon Go audience for the tutorials in this game.
It's like they're just drawing it out. It's taking a lot longer than what it needs to be. Like I thought this is what the demo would be for. So it's just I'm not in that mindset to play Pokemon really either. So I thought maybe just
that doesn't help.
Maybe like getting past this part and after I stomach it, maybe I'll be more into it. As the ball gets rolling. But I just can't get that ball rolling. I'm like, no, I don't care right now. I'll get back to it later.
Now that I think about it, I don't know if I'm ever going to play that game. Because think about.
But I will say like I like how well polished it is though.
Yeah.
Like I like the character models. I like it's smooth when you're running and walking. Like everything feels great, but I just don't care right now. There's so much coming.
But that
is like low on my list.
But I never cared about Alola. I never cared really about the starters, like Poplio, of course, for life.
Well, I don't care about this. I mean,
No,
Litten, Litten's final form is balls, but
yeah, but we just don't evolve Poplio, and you have him forever, and then everything's okay. But I don't know.
It's Pokemon. Like no matter how much different they try to be, it's Pokemon in the end.
But still, like I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I want in Pokemon anymore. If I want anything, I don't.
It's just not the right time to play it. At least for me. I know because I mean, you go through that with games. You know, you go through phases where it's like you might like this game, but you're just not in the mood to play it right now.
Sure.
And I think that's what it is with Pokemon, because like I was excited for it. Like I do want to see it to the end. Just right now, just there's so many other things I'm more excited about that.
I mean, that happens with the opposite, where like the game comes out the perfect time when you're in an itch for something, like playing Symphony in the Night. Once again, 4 months ago, I was itching for something like that, and here it is, it's Castlevania, and I started there instead of Aria, and then
So I went from that, and I went back to God of Protectors for a little bit.
I thought about that the other day because I couldn't remember the name of it, and Pirate Pop Plus was on sale.
I played that too a little bit.
And I was like, that one's on sale, and I know Mark said that one, but I need to get the other one. And I couldn't remember what it was, and then I gave up because I don't remember why.
I just want to see where I was at to make sure I didn't forget anything. And yeah, beginning of chapter 2, difficulty spiked. I cannot finish the second chapter. I mean, the second level in chapter 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Do you think that you can play that with a friend, right?
Yeah, like this is when you start needing people, because you have a perk where you can bring in NPCs to help you fight, but it's NPCs, you know what I mean?
Online or local only?
I think it's local.
All right.
I'm not sure about online.
Do you have your 3DS with you right now?
No.
I quit.
Would you have actually got it right now and installed it and everything? Like,
oh yeah, that would have been a fun thing to play while we edit this thing later on and
next week.
Do our annual free cheese meeting that we have once a week. Right?
Yeah.
That's the definition of annual, pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah, every week's a year. And
every week's here and today's tomorrow, so it's all right.
And just lastly from there, I went back to Road Redemption.
The fucking Road Rash spiritual successor where you can play as Shovel Knight.
Yep. That's all I do. I only play as him.
Yeah, well, what are you supposed to play?
But I mean, like,
butch asshole with a mullet? Yeah. Oh, actually, that sounds kind of good. Do they have any butch assholes with mullets?
No, but they have a character you would really like. I think I brought him up before. They have a guy with a flaming pumpkin for a head.
Yep. Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's me all over it.
But like, they keep updating that game, so I just wanted to see like how it's more polished now. Like the controls they make more sense. It's cool. I like how you can ride next to someone and you can just grab them and hold on to them, and you could just like steer them into something.
Fuck yeah.
So like that seemed new to me. And then like if you get enough strikes with your melee weapon, you get this meter where you can start doing critical hits and it glows, and you can like one hit knock them off a bike or something.
All right,
it's fun.
Did anyone here play Mad Max? Even briefly?
No.
Like
I got it in a humble bundle.
I watched
but
gameplay, and all I took from
it
it was go to the green dot, the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not setting the world on fire in any terms of innovation. But I gotta say, the car combat in that game was probably one of the better parts of it. Definitely,
that's probably what the whole game should have been, like a Twisted Metal type.
Yeah, because I mean, the fight in that game, it was
because the majority of the movie is just driving.
Yeah, no, that's what kind of makes it awesome. It's just one big action scene. But no, like it tries to be Batman, and it's not as polished. Yeah. And but no, the car combat, that was like something different and unique, and what you just talked about, that kind of sounds like that a little bit.
Yeah, that's also reminded me of is it Jack X?
Jack X. What's Jack X?
Was that the Jack and Daxter like destruction racing?
Oh, right.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it on my end. But yeah, it's really fun. I still recommend it to a lot of people. You can do 4 players locally.
Road Redemption?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is I wish I would have paid attention around Steam sale and picked this up. Still might.
Is that both ways on Steam, or
it
is that
is
a Windows?
both ways.
It is
Steam.
both ways.
Even though it's in early access, you can get it on Windows, Mac, or Linux.
Same thing with Battle Block, I think.
I know Battle Block's on Mac.
Yeah,
I saw that in Steam sale.
Behemoth just released their early beta for Pit People on Steam and Xbox.
That's cool. Is that due out this year, I assume?
Yeah, it's pretty much like their Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember this. Speaking of which, I almost bought Chroma Squad over the Steam sale.
Oh yeah, it's like a stretch to call like a Fire Emblem type game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you do move people around and they fight, but it's like very basic. It's just more so about building your studio and
Which that part
all that stuff. Yeah, I mean that's cool, like the customization. But like,
did you ever see that one?
It's basically just a
I've heard of it as that. Yeah,
Power Ranger simulator.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Well, I played mostly a lot of Let It Die. I played some Fire Emblem, speaking of which, to try and get a little bit further in that game. I've been stuck on this one fucking mission in Fire Emblem forever. And
It's just that difficult?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because like I fucked up and didn't grind the right way in previous levels, but you can't really grind in Conquest. Like, there aren't that many side missions.
I don't think Fire Emblem in general you can really grind. Like, you can't really visit an area and just free battle.
They added,
right?
In Awakening, they added some elements of that where there's more.
Because you're always like, you're following a story.
You're basically, but
whatever.
In Awakening, there were opportunities more so to do side quests and shit like that.
Yeah, I know that there's DLC missions.
And same thing in this one, there's a little bit. And apparently in Birthright, there's a lot more. But in Conquest, not so much. So, yeah, I mean, look, man. I like chess. I like a strategy. I think I'm moderately intelligent and strategic in ways. I can't figure out this fucking map at all. I've resorted to looking up like 7 different people's takes on how to do it, and I just can't do it. I don't know if it's just like bad luck with the AI.
I was going to say bad rolls and RNG.
Party members. Maybe certain ones get a better advantage than other ones.
Maybe it's because I'm Lady Corrin. A lot of the guides I saw, people were doing old boy Corrin.
Probably not.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea. Maybe I bought the wrong weapons. But you can't really. Who knows?
You just gotta get good.
Yeah, probably. But I Let It Die. So I think that up until now, and I feel like this is a statement I'm going to say for a while, but up until now, everything I've understood about Let It Die was more me appreciating the idea and not truly understanding the game. Because the more you play, the more it kind of reveals itself. And
a relationship.
Yeah. You have a deeper understanding and appreciation the more time you spend with it. So I think at first you're kind of just like, Uncle Death is cool. And this is a weird Tower of Nightmares. Great. Then you play a little bit and you're like, okay, I get what this is. I'm making cool, weird weapons and I'm finding trash and I'm wearing it. And it's fun and it feels kind of like Bloodborne, but not as much. You meet your first mid-boss and he's a weird demon ball man made of human meat parts and he's cool. And you're like, okay, thanks, Cohen, for hanging out. And then you get it and you're like, this is what this game is. Then you unlock the online where you're going to other people's waiting rooms and you're attacking them while they're not there, taking down their defenses,
sending your haters.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can steal their if they have defense set up and you go to their base, and you kill their haters and steal all of their splithium and money.
Yeah.
Then you can also, if they have a fighter there, you can steal that fighter and carry it back over your shoulder.
So you do steal them. Because, I was listening to somebody talk about this game, how much they're appreciating it, but they weren't sure because somebody broke through their defenses and killed their character. Yeah. But when he loaded the game back up, he still had his.
Yeah, so you have to actually pick up the character and take it out of there with you.
Oh, okay.
So when I first, the first place I raided actually, and I don't know if this is, it might have been a tutorial style thing, but I can't remember. I went through, ran right in. There was no one in the immediate area, so I ran up into the actual waiting room, and then there was one guy who was unarmed, unequipped with any sort of gear or protection or whatever. So I just beat the shit out of him, killed him, dead, whatever. Ran over, got the splithium, got the gold out of the bank, and what I understood is that once you do both of those things, the screen fades black and you're on your way back to your place. It didn't though. It was still, and I was like, okay, well I'm missing something. So I ran around for a while, and then I noticed the corpse didn't disappear. So I kind of ran over and got near it, and then I saw a button where I could interact with it. And then, yeah, you pick it up over your shoulder, carry it over to the, what do they call it? They have a stupid name for their monorail system. It's like the Tokyo Death System or whatever it is. So I carry him back, and then you put him in your bathroom, keep him there. If he stays in your bathroom for 48 hours without the other player enacting revenge and coming to get their character back, then he becomes your fighter.
I don't know why I pictured The Sims when you said that.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
You're playing The Sims, there's just a dead guy just standing there in the corner while you're in the shower.
He's just there. And it was weird because I don't know. I guess this is a permanent thing. I've only stolen one fighter. But when you put him in the bathroom, this guy ended up wearing a raincoat for some reason. I don't know if he wasn't wearing one when I stole him.
It gets wet.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No, you gotta protect.
But yeah, I just... That stuff, like, you get into that and you're like, okay, there's another element. I can build up my character and I can get better, and then I can go out and start attacking other people. Bring things back and whatever. Find new blueprints, find new weapons, keep climbing the tower higher and higher. But after a while, you kind of like, okay, I get what this game is now. Then I go out on a raid, and it shows you kind of the players' rankings and whatever, and you can kind of gauge, like, should I fuck with this guy or should I not?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want to know. Like,
you always should.
Right.
That's not even a question.
Except, I saw one and I was like, yeah, I'll go here. He looks fine. I go there. I step off the thing. And now, mind you, so as you play through, you gain experience points. You go back to the waiting room and there's Mingo Head, which is like a weird brain with wheels attached to it and sinewy things hanging. And Mingo Head's where you level up. So you go to Mingo Head to level up. I've leveled up my characters to the max. There are 5 stat points and 5 different
tiers.
Yeah, well, 5 different things to level up. So
Okay.
Health, stamina, vitality, dexterity, or whatever the other ones are.
That's like the usual.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. It's all standard fare. But when I go through, it says, max, and I understand that my character is fully leveled up at level 25. And I do this with a few characters, and I keep climbing higher in the tower, and as far as I understand it, a character's maxed out at 25. I go to do a raid, I get off of the train, and someone comes charging at me. I'm fine with that, let's go. I'm used to a fight.
Yeah.
As they get closer, I see the level above their head, which says 106.
Whoa.
And I said, okay, well, I'll have to get... dead. Okay, just dead. I mean, instantly. And whatever they were...
One punch.
Their head looked like a heart. Like a pulsing, beating, sweaty heart.
Just something out of a Trent Reznor video.
I don't know what outfit they were wearing, because the only things I found are like traffic cones or baseball helmets. This was like a piece of flesh that became a head helmet thing. They had a nicer costume than I had on, and whatever they shot me with lit up with blue flames and lasers and fire and death. All I've got to fucking
sounds like
pipe,
something like after you beat the game, you get this.
So then I'm like, okay, clearly you can get to level 106 or whatever. I think it was level 106, whatever it is. So I got to keep going. Eventually I'll hit a point where I can level these characters up higher or whatever. And what I noticed is that, like, when you get characters off of the whatever, because you choose kind of these just husks of people to be your character you play as, all of them at the initial part say level 1 all-rounder or all-rounded. Well-rounded character or all-rounded character. Just across the board, they're kind of generically, evenly.
Which is probably what I would try to do.
But it says level 1, right? So I clearly there must be level 2s and level 3s and whatever. So I knew there was something to build toward, but I didn't really see it in action until I saw that. Then I play some more. I get up to, I don't remember what floor, like the 9th or something. And for a while, a couple of days when I was playing, I kind of, because there's all these weird secret pathways and there's other things you can do and find different areas and stuff. And it's all important to kind of search the tower, because the more you search, the more you find blueprints, the better weapons you get, the better armor you get.
I heard the blueprints are like, that's that's what you really need to get. And it's
Right.
like, you feel good once you get those.
Oh yeah. If you get a blueprint that you haven't found yet, and it shows up with all question marks, you're like, all right, I gotta get back. If you
I saw this in action.
Yeah.
Joe was playing this right before the Switch event, and he found a blueprint and started flipping out. I was like, I need to get back. And
you gotta,
I saw him like die 3 times, but use these tokens to come back to life to make sure you get the blueprint back.
Yeah, that's where the free to play thing comes in. So this is very much, it feels like, because free to play in a perfect world is an arcade machine, right? Like a good arcade machine, not like a Konami fuck you arcade machine, where they're designing the game around feeding it quarters.
Right.
Ninja Turtles. But I think this one does it really well, where you know what I mean? Like, if you jump into a random arcade game, I don't know. I can't think of an example, but you're playing and you're doing okay, but you're whatever, and you die. You might say, okay, I don't care. I don't need to put in a quarter to continue. I'll go play something else for a little while.
Yeah.
Or in the case of Let It Die, I did fine, but I don't care. I'll just restart. I'll get a new character. I'm not going to spend money. But if you hit a point where you've got a lot of blueprints that are unknown, that you haven't had before, if you're like right before a boss and you've kind of made it all the way through, like that kind of shit where you're like, fuck, then it's like, well, 50 cents isn't bad. You know what I mean? Like, you can throw your money in. So because it's called death medals.
Of course.
Naturally, yeah.
When you select it, it just blast beats.
You trade in your death medal. If you die, like, immediately, because the whole game is you are playing a game.
Yeah.
But that's the... Yeah.
Game in a game.
Yeah, kind of.
Gameception.
Oh, I knew you were going to fucking say it.
I didn't... Hey. I can't help it.
Moving on.
But yeah, so it just kind of like the screen, you die, scream, there's sad music that plays, and the screen kind of fades into the background. And then a lady pops up and she's got 2 signs. One says yes and one says no. And she's like, hey, you want to just jump back in? And then you choose yes or no. And if you say no, she's like, oh, I'll see you later. If you say yes, she's like, wow, great decision-making skills are going to go far climbing this tower. You made the right one. Have fun and whatever. I've not spent a dime yet. It's all been... Any of the death medals I've earned are through daily login bonuses or events or whatever. But I definitely probably see myself...
I can see you spending maybe under $20.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, give or take. But as I climb the tower, I can see myself throwing some money in.
I'm glad you're having fun with it, though.
I really, I wish I had played this a lot more sooner, but I guess, it just came out a month ago, so.
Yeah.
This did remind me of a couple other games. I didn't play these, but I watched them. My friend Alex keeps updating me on this game called Agony. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's basically like a hell simulator.
All right.
Like, it looks grotesque. Like, this is what Doom's Hell should have looked like.
Oh.
Like, it's just bodies everywhere.
Does anyone
Google
let them hit
this.
the floor?
Google.
You
Googling over there?
I am.
Like, because we were talking about, playing horror games in VR,
Ben.
and I don't know if this game would have a VR function or not.
Agony. Oh wait, this is something from 1992. So
this is supposed to come out.
Survival horror.
Yeah, this is supposed to come out Q2 of this year.
Got it. Ooh.
And when you watch the video, there's no real music. There's just ambient noise. Yeah.
There was yep. That's
you just feel this sense of dread the whole time.
Fuck. Dude.
The game is very slow paced, and it looks like there's a part where you can phase out of your body. And control a demon.
This is a fucking Beavis and Butthead T-shirt. Fuck, this is cool.
It's just the whole game. You never feel safe because they show a intro where you look like you're being damned, like you're being sent into hell.
Yeah, I am.
You're trying to find. I guess you're trying to get out. I don't know the story exactly, but it's you feel uneasy the whole time.
Everything is bleeding.
Yes.
Everything. And everything has a weird...
I heard a baby crying, and this demon guy picked up a baby with a human, like full-grown old man head on the body, and he just took a stone and just smashed the baby's legs and just kept smashing the baby. I was like, all right.
If you like Slayer album covers, then this is a game that you should play.
But like, I'm trying to imagine that in VR. It's like, it looks insane. When you watch it. There's like 30-minute clips of just footage.
Oh, that's pretty. Like, not.
Like, No, I mean, graphically, like, it's impressive to see like this much grotesque shit.
It's cool.
But I mean that in like the best way.
Yeah.
Because
it's super dope.
And from that, we were talking about the Resident Evil 7 demo. Because apparently there's a lot of secrets that I was not aware of.
Yeah, the first demo, the kitchen one, or more?
I mean, just its final version that it's in right now, the beginning hour.
Yeah.
There's an item you get that you can transfer to the main game.
Which is?
I guess I'm not sure if anybody is listening.
I don't care. I already read the NeoGAF spoiler thread.
I mean, like, it's not much of a spoiler to me, but it's called a dirty coin.
Oh.
And it looks like a coin covered in like the black goo that like that creature you saw in the trailer. But the only image you could make out on it looks like a crane.
Okay.
Like the bird.
Yeah.
For those who weren't sure. Yeah, I have no idea what that has to deal with in the main game, but I would laugh if it was like, all right, at the very end, you have to escape. Oh, you need to insert this coin to open this door.
That would be really
Oh, you don't have this coin?
You know who did that? Hideo Kojima in Silent Hills. He would have did that. Some shit like that.
I'd be okay with that.
But yeah, just seeing all the secrets in that demo, I was like, this is impressive. I love that they took out a lot of the combat. It's just more survival horror and puzzles. Like you never feel powerful, even when you have a gun.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that they brought that back.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you want to go into 7 clean, like skip ahead 15 seconds here, but you're concerned about it all being the family.
No. I was at first until I saw the one trailer where they showed a creature, and I was like, all right.
There's other stuff.
Yeah.
It's Resident Evil,
which is what I thought.
Spoiler.
Yeah, like I had a feeling that the family was just the surface level of this game, which I'm happy it kind of is. And then there's shit that gets deeper. And apparently, this is not a soft reboot. In case anybody was wondering.
I heard. I heard about some of this.
Yeah, stuff, like everything that happened in the past still happened. That's still canon.
Good. I like that. I don't think they should
even 6.
Good.
Probably.
Bring it all, man.
For better, for worse.
Maybe they won't mention it, but technically,
it's like episode 7 where we kind of ignored the prequels, but we just consider them canon.
Because like you know that mannequin finger, nobody knew what it did. You find the hand to put the finger in, and this is what blew my mind. You know how you can examine items? You go into examine mode when you combine the finger and the hand, so it looks like it's pointing, because the rest of the hand is like closed. And when you rotate it at a certain object in the game, there's a wave, and it affects the level. It triggers something, and you get more of this puzzle like information. Like you find this blank diary. There's phrases in it that start getting written down. Because you're trying to find in the house. You're pointing at all the locations where people died.
Oh,
and shit changes in the house because of this. And then that's how you're able to go through this secret door. Because at first it's just a blank door, but then the more you solve it, the more blood is stained on the door, and eventually you can open it. And then there's like a rocking chair with a little board, and it just says "You're the best ever." And then it's like you got the true ending or whatever, and you get that coin. I was like, that's all right.
Bloodstained
I
speed
like. Not gonna play it.
Like, this is my favorite demo so far. Besides, aside from the Neo beta, I would have paid $20 for that beta.
Yeah.
Like, that was just a game in itself. Like, that was superb.
So what do you pay for this?
I mean, I'm glad I didn't have to pay anything. But if I were to give it a price, I'd probably give it like maybe $5.
All right. Coming soon to a PlayStation near you. Paid demos.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You just got it. Something bad.
That's also known as
summoned it.
Yeah, Steam Early Access. That's what that's called.
Zing.
Jackals. Jackals.
Also, one tidbit for Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I heard it's not that great in VR.
Oh, well, that's good. That's a good
Here's
thing.
the thing. Like, for people who are not don't have motion sickness, this game apparently will induce that anyway.
That's good. I like that.
Because
I want to
it's
feel
just
sick while I play a game.
It's just something with the movements of that
Maybe
game,
Resident Evil.
and that's kind of expected because we're really early in the VR phase, and from what I hear, it's better to use a controller the whole way. Like
I want to feel sick. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Jackals are the last thing I will talk about with Let It Die. You meet the Jackals. Jackals. So I talked to you about what I discovered as a level 106 person.
What are these?
Out there. You reach a certain floor, and Uncle Death pops up, and he's like, whoa, man, you better watch out, dude. There are some bad motherfuckers on this floor. And you're like, what's going on, Uncle Death? And you walk up, he's like, see those guys right there, man? Those are Jackals. They look pretty cool, huh? You kind of want to take their stuff? Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with them. They'll fuck your shit up. And it was like, okay, Uncle Death, what's happening? Everything's so stylistic. Like, everything's so stylized, and like, the direction in the game is very well done. The camera angles and the way it snaps to different things just makes sense. So it cuts to these Jackals, and they're just wearing these, because again, I've been wearing trash clothes from trash people that I find in wherever in this fucking tower.
Literally looks like he's playing Silent Hill at times. And these long ass corridors, like cones on people's heads.
Everything was all fucked up. These folks are wearing like fucking gown attire or a ball. What do you call that? What are those things called? Fancy parties, like a Great Gatsby party. Banquet.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
They're wearing like gowns and tuxedos and shit, like really, really nice, high end,
dapper looking,
dapper as fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they have the weirdest, most complicated masks and shit on.
Like a masquerade type deal.
Yeah. Like everything's off. They look like, you kept referring to a lot of this game as looking like splicers in the game. Like this is straight up like the real ass splicer shit. Where everyone was like finely dressed but real fucked up looking.
I'm just picturing like a dog in a suit. I don't know why. But these are people.
These are people, and they walk up to a dead body, and it's kind of just a cutscene you watch play out. And they just carry off. They're hired to be the ones, or the backstory behind them is they were hired to be the ones to come in and clean shit up after shit got too fucked up. And they do. But some other random guy just wanders up to him and like hits the guy with a machete. And they just kind of like how I got destroyed by that random whatever, they just... No thanks.
Jack them up.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'll run into them at some point. But it just, I don't know, man. This game, really, for something that you have to pay $0 to get into, it is...
Yeah, I'm glad this game exists the way that it does, so it can break that stigma of like when you hear free to play, you just cringe.
Yeah, because I did when they announced this on
Everybody
stage.
did.
My eyes went crossed and I stopped caring.
Yeah.
When you started to talk about it, I was like, yeah, but it's free to play, but I trust you, so I'll try it, but also I don't know. And then, man, it's really good. It's the same thing where Nintendo was able to go put Super Mario Run on a phone and charge $10 for it and break the stigma that like you don't have to be free to exist on that market. They kind of did the opposite here, where you don't have to cost money to exist on the console market and be really, really good.
So I hope other companies can learn from that.
It's so smart. It's really, really funny. It kind of knows exactly where it should be, which I know is kind of a trite thing to say at times. Like, oh, it knows exactly when to stop. Yeah. But it does. Like, it knows just how far to go, and I don't know. It's game of 2017 so far.
Didn't that come out last year?
It did.
Well, I hate to switch things up here, but
I hate you.
I think it's time we take a little break. When we come back, talk all about our reactions to the Nintendo Switch presentation. We'll be back in a few minutes. welcome back to the Free Cheese episode 180, New Donk City. We're going to New Donk City. Who's down? Who's getting on the bus to New Donk?
In the holiday 2017, I am.
Well, we're going tonight, Matt. Climb aboard, my boy. It's time to go to New Donk City.
Let's go.
There we go. I'm very, very, very excited about the Nintendo Switch. I have been for 2 years now, since Iwata first said the words Nintendo NX. And now, yes. Now, as January is off to a start and 2017 is off to a start, we know that the Nintendo Switch is coming March 3rd for $299 US. You do not need a second job to buy one, as far as I know. Yeah, so Thursday night, there was a press conference where Kimishima started us off, got the ball rolling, gave us some of the basic information we needed to know, and then we saw a lot of detail into kind of the different ways to play, what the Joy-Cons are, how they work, different games that we're expecting to release.
Yeah, a lot of emphasis on the Joy-Con.
Yeah, which is good. It's the thing you're going to primarily be playing with, right?
For now, because nobody wants to fork over $70 for a Pro Controller.
I'm all in.
I mean, I'll do it, but when I hear from a lot of people, they're like, ugh, why is this so much? I'm like, well, because it has everything the Joy-Con has, it's in that controller.
I know, which is crazy.
Yeah. And it's like only $10 more than a DualShock 4. Like,
yeah, I'm fine with it.
It's just it's just a lot to get day one. You want to get everything at once, like it's a lot of fucking money.
I'm saving like $400 for this because I'm gonna drive myself crazy playing this Joy-Cons. I want a Pro Controller.
But at least you're getting all of this, and you're not paying $500 for just a VR headset.
That's true.
Touche. Why don't we run through? I think Matt did a very, very fantastic job taking notes as I was too busy, like just screaming,
crying.
There were times when Joe was yelling at me, "Stop taking notes and just watch."
Yeah, because there were certain things you were missing.
It's fine.
Not missing in your notes, but you were. I just wanted
missing
you
in
to experience
your heart.
Yeah. You had to soak it in. You had to get the emotion of it all. So we'll run through just kind of bit by bit of what was discussed and announced. If you haven't watched it yet, what were you doing Thursday night? Fucking sleeping or something?
I watched this thing 3 times.
I've only watched it once.
I only watched it once.
Plus a lot of trailers and bullshit afterwards. But I really have not had time, just
once.
It
was more so for research, but like...
Yeah, no, I want to... Like, I'm off the next 2 days, so I will be spending those 2 days off.
Because one was just main, just one-on-one, me and the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, wait, I could have watched Easy Allies watching it.
Uh-huh.
So I did that next.
That's usually what I do. Yeah.
And then after that, I listened to Super Best Friends reaction to it. Because I wanted to get see how
everybody
multiple people were feeling about this. So.
Yeah, I did a lot of the same. I watched it raw with Matt, and then just kind of went to each different outlet that I kind of check out. And
didn't go to bed till like 5 a.m.
I had to wake up to work that next day. Matt, you were off, but
I couldn't. Yeah,
I had to sleep in.
But no, yeah.
Here, so. All right, so here we go. To start us off,
lot.
That's what happened. There's a
a
lot
of
the,
clicking.
A lot of the clicks. Mr. Kimishima came out on stage. Kind of talked about like, hey, here's what happened in October where we told you this thing. Here's a picture of Karen, and
like those pictures that came out in the press release immediately following the reveal. He went on to demonstrate, kind of talk about those pieces, those like the actual names for the stuff.
Yeah. They were the ones where, because in the actual trailer they didn't say these are called Joy-Cons,
and then that stuff started slowly coming out. Yeah.
So he talked about here's the Joy-Cons. This is this. This is that. He was very just matter of fact, whatever. And then, I'm sorry, I'm like kind of remembering how matter of fact he was with it all. Where it was like, okay, this is this. Now, this is this. All right, and you got it. Okay. Now, this is this, and it's $300.
Like this was just a straight up like,
okay.
Investors, look,
It was, yeah.
Like this was not like an E3 presentation. This was not for like just the gamers. This was for like people who like companies.
Yeah. I mean, this was
business as fuck.
And well, you gotta remember, like he comes from the money side of things. He was
right. I mean, like I'm okay with it.
No, I know, but it was just like you can see the fucking difference between him and Iwata. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Because Iwata came from
that, that charm wasn't there.
Yeah, Iwata came from the development side and then moved his way up into his role as president, but there was a difference here. This was very just like
Kimishima. He was the one like he only like kept switching outfits and everything, right?
What? No.
Kimishima
was the boring guy at the very beginning.
He was the one in charge of all the consoles.
No.
No.
I don't know who he was.
No, Kimishima is
Kimishima the bald guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the president of Nintendo now.
Right.
So he came out and he just did.
I'm bad with names.
All right. Yeah. It was just that for 5 minutes, and then just like, all right, I'm gonna fuck off for an hour. See you in a bit. And he leaves, and then brings out.
He's a real grandpa.
Yeah, the next folks. So, online services.
They fucked up on this.
No, they didn't.
No, only in the sense that they didn't reveal enough information.
What didn't they reveal?
Like, this would be the perfect time to talk about that.
About
like what exactly does this online service include?
I don't think they know yet.
They didn't give you a price. They didn't tell you what exactly is involved with it. But that's the thing. Like, if you don't know it, then I wouldn't even bring it up.
I think they know. I think they have a very good idea. I think that this isn't the time to talk about it.
I think that was the perfect time to talk about it.
It's still a question that we have.
You know, like, I mean, like, as an investor, like, business-wise, like,
my thing is
they would all want to know.
If they're not talking about with all eyes on them that night, when are they going to talk about it? And is it good when they talk about it? That's what I'm afraid of.
They talk about it when they're ready to launch it, right?
It's going to leak, and then everybody will know before they announce it.
Well, so let's talk about the online service, because some information did hit their website.
Yeah, so, there was a little bit, but it wasn't. It's still like very bare bones.
Nintendo Switch Online Service. Paid service launching fall 2017. Free trial period starts in March. This service lets Nintendo Switch owners enjoy online multiplayer gaming as well as a dedicated smartphone app that connects to your Nintendo Switch system and helps you connect with friends for online play sessions.
I like that.
I do too.
You can just use your phone.
Yes.
It's like Nintendo's version of Skype, essentially.
Sure.
Set up a party chat.
Great.
Boom.
I'm about it. Because what it also means is while you two are home and you're playing, but I am out and about, I don't necessarily have to be with my Switch. I can just jump on my phone app and see what's going on and chat with you and talk or whatever.
Yeah. And we can yell at you like, hey, we made a play date and you're not here.
Right. I think that's cool. I think it's a cool integration of technology.
Is this stuff native though on the console?
What do you mean?
Can I like form a chat on the console itself, or do I have to access the app?
I feel like you can. I don't see why not. Or else that'd be very
because
dumb.
we didn't come out and talk about that.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
This is coming from a company that does not have to implement it.
Online lobby and voice chat app. So I think if you're going to do voice chat and you're going to have online lobbies, you're doing it through the app.
But well, here's the thing, though. I feel like it can be an option because PlayStation has an app where you can message your friends and all that.
But I can also set up my parties right from my console. I don't need to have my phone on me when I'm playing.
Right. So
Our new dedicated smart device app will connect to Nintendo Switch and let you invite friends to play online, set play appointments, and chat with friends during online matches in compatible games, all from your smart device.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're only talking about that. They're not saying, "Hey, you can do this from the Switch. Like, you can set up a party."
From the way this is written, the language here, this does not sound like you were doing any of this on board with the Switch, which I'm fine with. I don't give a shit. Can I ask you both a question? How frequently are you doing that?
What, the party chat?
Yes.
All the time.
All the time, says
all
Matt.
All the time.
Mark?
Whenever I'm playing on the console with all my friends, yeah, that's all I talk to is my friends.
All right, then I'm the minority because I have not used fucking party chat.
Because I'm usually in the party of 4
ever.
or more.
I don't play anything online with people at all, so that I'm in the minority, clearly.
I'm going to say what mine and Nick's primary form of communication is a PlayStation party chat, whether we're playing two completely different things or not.
All right. Fair. I'm in the wrong here. Or maybe not wrong, but I'm not.
But again, it's only on a system that all my friends have. If it's not that, because Xbox on 360, it was usually a full party. It was usually 8 people.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little less.
All right.
Oh, the hockey. How can I say hockey? Yeah, that's how I can chat my Canadian bros.
But see, I mean, yeah, I don't want to assume that it's only just through the phone. I feel like they just want to let you know, like, hey, you can just
everything's fine.
There's an app because there's also an app for parental controls.
That parental control.
But I guarantee
really
you
cool,
there are parental controls in the system because there is on all the other ones.
Everything's fine with the app.
I think
everything's on board. Yeah, if everything's on board the Switch. However, if it's not native on the Switch, that's when there's a problem.
I'm gonna say right now, I don't think it's native on the Switch.
And from the sound of it, I don't think it is either, and that's why I was be concerned.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think you'll be able to play, but I do not believe you will be able to. Because
I'm with 2 Joy-Cons in my hand. I don't want to feel like picking up my phone.
Online gameplay and online lobby and voice chat app are 2 separate bullet points. Gameplay is one, and online lobby and voice chat app is a completely standalone thing.
Yeah, it's just weird because now they have like a decent touchscreen on there. You feel like they would utilize that to set up convenient things like that. Like,
and maybe
like you're playing a game and all of a sudden you get a notification on your screen. Hey, somebody wants to invite you to a party chat. You just tap it and join it and go back to your game.
You're not wrong. I don't know. Let's talk about the good things though. You do, as part of their paid service, get a monthly game download. This was revealed after the press conference, not as part of the conference, but
this subscribers. Sound like a good thing.
So subscribers will get to download and play a Nintendo Entertainment System or Super Nintendo Entertainment System
for that
game for free for a month.
Yeah, for that month you get to rent. You basically get to rent that game.
Now, what was cool about that, not for the NES, but the SNES, the multiplayer parts of it, I think that's going to be online.
They've been upgraded to make them online. Now, here's what I'm okay with this because
it's not a good competitor.
Huh?
It's not a good competitor with the other 2.
You can't look at it from that point of view. You have to look at it as an upgrade to...
Well, if you're going to pay $60 a year for it...
Can.
I mean, yeah, but look at the output from PlayStation Plus in the last 6 months.
I got Rocket League out of that.
In the last 6 months?
I can forgive all. I got Rocket League out of that.
In the last 6 months.
Xbox Games with Gold, they did some pretty good
They've been
free
doing
games.
some good stuff too, yep.
Like they've been hitting on a note for a good chunk.
All right.
Better than PlayStation.
Fair.
PlayStation didn't have the greatest, but in comparison, yeah. But like but you get to keep it for more than a month.
I say Xbox is yours permanently. You don't have to stay a Gold member.
Well, here's the thing.
I'd stay a Plus member, but whatever.
This is sustainable. For them, from their perspective, you're going to run out of NES games. You're going to run out of Super NES games to give away for free. I think that what's cool is, when's the last time you bought some Virtual Console stuff? Are you buying 1 game a month, Virtual Console?
Yes and no. Last thing I bought was Shantae. And that was a couple weeks ago.
But it's like a give or take, right? So I think this is a good way to get it into your hands, and it's a good way to motivate me to like, dude, go play this thing. You've only got a month to play it. It's something that kind of gives us something to talk about.
It's a demo. Well, it's a full-fledged free game trial, and then it's going to encourage you to buy after you're done.
If you want to keep that game, if you want that game again. But
but that's what I thought Amiibo Tap was for.
But Amiibo Tap is a taste of something. It's not a full...
That's just a longer taste.
Still, though, you could... I mean, like, this is... You got the game. You could play all the way through it and be like, cool. I beat Zelda 3 times this month. I really like this game. I'm going to buy it again. Or... I got fucking Bonk's Adventure and whatever. It was fine. I don't need it again. Like, I think that
now, what if it's a game you already own, Virtual Console?
Then go fuck yourself. Like, I guess that's what they say.
It's a cool option. Like, they didn't have to do this, sure. But to make it so limited, I get why they're doing it. It's just not a good way to approach it.
Once again, this is going to depend on price, though. I will make the comparison if it's the same price as Plus or Gold. But
I assume it will be.
If it's not, then I can't really make that comparison. If it's only $30 for the year, like that's not that bad. I get a free Super Nintendo game. I haven't touched my Super Nintendo in years. Like that's cool.
I don't hate this.
It depends on the price. If it's $60 and I'm not getting the same experience as I'm getting with Plus, and I can't believe I'm saying this, PSN might be better than some online service, and that's terrifying.
I think it also depends on the game, because if they just put out Wario's Woods over and over again, I'm gonna scream. But I don't know.
It's not much incentive. It's good, but not great.
We'll see.
Time will tell.
I think price is going to be a big determining factor in that. My gut says 60,
but I also
like
feel
a plus or gold for the year.
Yeah, and also again, this relates to the online service, and they didn't give you full detail of what this online service is. So
well, that's
I'm
why
only judging off of
run.
what they're
That's
saying.
why I had the trial run. So
Fair.
I'm not.
So as of right now, I'm skeptic.
Well,
exactly. That's how kind I am about it.
Here's an important thing that was also said on stage. The Nintendo Switch will be region free. And as we know, region free means mother 3. Region free means mother 3. Region free means mother 3. Region free means mother 3.
This is going to fade out.
Free means mother 3.
Well, this has been a fun podcast, everyone.
Takahashi came out on stage.
So you're gonna play that game completely in Japanese?
I don't give a fuck. Region free means mother 3, so I'll play it however I have to play it. I guess we don't really know if the eShop is going to be region free. But did a bug just fly out of me? I moved and then something came.
When you moved, I wasn't looking. So
I wasn't looking at it. I'm glad I didn't.
All right. I think it came out of my body.
Great.
I think I ate a bug.
It came out of me. So yeah, they kind of went through the next part of the conference. Kind of ran through like this little history of Nintendo. It was.
I love this part.
It was like, yo, look at this shit we did. We put a handle on the GameCube so you could take it with your friends and hang out.
Too soon.
Yeah. And then they kind of did this really bad.
Like everybody pointed out like how bad this
It was really bad.
I kind of want that as my wallpaper though.
Yeah. If you didn't see this, it was just honestly like, and as embarrassing as it is to admit, like this is some like early days with the free cheese, understanding how to use Photoshop bullshit that I used to do, where it was like, I'm just gonna take a bunch of shit and throw it in the same picture and make it stack. It probably looks like a pile of shit that's all together, except it's not. It just looks like bad MS Paint, dude. It looks like
that was good.
So that was pretty good. But so talking about that, talking about the DNA of everything, they go into kind of how this thing actually operates. So it's pretty much like we all assumed, and kind of what they showed off in the trailer that we all analyzed 1,000 times. But there are multiple ways to play this console, and that's kind of what their message is with this. Is
versatility.
Like, yes, I think that they're, I don't know, the tagline not specifically, but it's like play your way or that kind of thing. Like do you enjoy it however you want to. Play anywhere, play anyhow. I'm done.
Just give us money. Just
so obviously, console, you can plug it into the television. There you go. You can, while it's plugged into the television, use a Pro controller, or you can use the 2 Joy-Cons. Those 2 Joy-Cons can be used in several ways. You can play with those. I didn't realize how, as I'm starting to say it, how many different ways there are to play. You can use the 2 Joy-Cons in each hand, kind of like Wii remotes. Mm-hmm. You can put them on the Joy-Con grip, where it can be held more like a traditional controller. You can hand one to a friend, and each of you turns it on the side and use it like a Game Boy Micro. You can take the console out of the dock, put the dock in you could put it up on the table with the Joy-Cons again in your hand and kind of do that same scheme, or you can snap them on the side of the console and hold it like a Wii U gamepad, so to speak. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's really, that's the part I think I'm most excited about. And we kind of knew that for a few months now, but just, I don't know. It's really cool to think that like I could just sit here, play a game, and then be like, hey, dude, you should play this thing. And I kickstand it up, slide the things off, toss one to you, and we're playing fucking Bomberman, just side by side.
I cannot wait to get that.
Yeah, I know. But like that, or like Street Fighter. Like Street Fighter, it seems kind of like, do you really want to play a fighting game with a Joy-Con? But maybe you do kind of want to play a fighting game with a Joy-Con, or maybe you could play a fighting game with a Joy-Con. I think that's a new thing.
It'd be weird.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, just usually, because I don't usually use a joystick.
I don't either. I usually
D-pad,
go D-pad,
you know?
yeah. But you could, from what I've heard from people who've gone hands-on with it.
The dogs have gone hands-on with it.
They're
excited.
Super stoked about the
they're sharing the
joystick.
That's what that was called, apparently. When you hand a control to the other person. Sharing the joy.
Share the joy, yeah. But apparently the analog stick is very, I don't know. Like when you pull down, you very much feel like a click that it's gone down. It's not that looseness that we've been used to.
Right.
Where like it's omnidirectional. Where this has very precise pivot points, so it kind of feels more like
like an arcade stick type deal.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it's.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I think is cool as fuck.
I'm on board with that.
Battery life, 2.5 to 6 hours. Was generally speaking, they said something like Breath of the Wild would kind of consume the battery life of that thing within 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'm
also assuming there's a brightness setting that would also,
that's gonna help
determine that. But I'm gonna play it with it charged the whole time anyway.
I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't have that on the TV anyway. But if if I'm gonna take it somewhere like for my life. It's
Dude, I'm
between
gonna play
here,
that game in bed so much.
Or I think bed works. But also, like, I will have another fucking charger next to the bed, plugged in, ready to go.
You know what I can't wait for? How many people bring these to conventions and they break? Just setting them all up and they're getting drunk and stupid at these places, and then they break their screen or something, or it gets dropped. I'm waiting for this to happen.
We'll talk about pricing stuff in a few minutes, or I guess we can talk about it now as we go through each thing. But I don't know, right? But from the way everything's kind of priced, it kind of puts the console itself with the screen and everything at about $100. When you break everything down in terms of how their accessories are priced, like the dock was $90, the Joy-Cons are whatever, right?
I wonder what
technology.
Wonder what the warranty's like.
I'm sure if you crack the display, it's on you, right? That's accidental damage and it's not going to be covered. But
they probably have like a repair service.
Yeah, they have that with most of their products. But it's a mail-in service. You got to pay for shipping and weight and all that shit. Yeah,
they'll probably make cases for it to where like kind of like a phone case or something.
Yeah,
have that bumper.
The right Joy-Con has a home button and NFC reader for your amiibo
and the IRC.
Right. That one we'll talk about with 1-2 switch.
But yeah, like when they showed that NFC thing, I was like, oh!
Yeah.
So that's only on the right side?
Only on the right side.
Okay.
So you'll pop that on there. But
so like,
it's also on the Pro controller.
I was going to say, like, because like if two of you are playing and you're sharing a Joy, and it's like you both...
You really fucking love that. God damn it.
like you both want to... I was going to say Joy-Con, but I just stopped at Joy. Naturally. But yeah, if you both have your own controllers and you want to, use your own amiibo and your controller, you don't want to be like, hey, pause the game for a second. Yeah. I want to use your joystick. And it just gets weird.
Is that only the right side? I mean, I know they showed on the right side. Okay.
The left side, however, does have the capture button. So press it. It's just like the share button on the PlayStation 4 controller. You press the button, takes a screenshot. There you go. Down the line, they said you'll be able to capture video via that button.
We'll see.
Yep. They come with straps, which immediately when they showed the straps, I was like, eye roll. But then when they showed like how prominent they make the buttons, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, I like that.
Yep, I'm fine with that. Thank you very much, Nintendo. Can I put the strap on but remove the actual strap part? That's the important question.
Yeah, it's called scissors.
Yeah, Matt's got the fucking idea. What else do we have? The HD Rumble. They very weirdly demonstrated this with a glass of water with ice cubes in it. The small frozen water blocks, not the guy who stars in Are We There Yet? They didn't put him in a glass, but you can kind of. I think their point is that you can kind of. It's not just a generic like vibrate feature. It's more like, yo, here's different levels.
Yeah, like you can actually shake your controller and you can actually feel the weight of this.
I think it's cool. I think it's a neat.
For example, with like 1-2 Switch, there's a mini game where you try to guess how many marbles are in a thing, and depending on how you shake it, you can actually determine it. The one guy did it; he was one marble off from being accurate. So like this thing has a way of really making you feel the weight of this stuff.
Feel
like,
the joy.
Yeah.
Matt is pissed off.
Speaking about feeling the joy, the milking part.
Oh my god, yeah.
Christ.
the controller vibrates to where you feel it from top to bottom. You feel it surge through
So
the controller as you're because you have to start with the left shoulder button, and as you're going down, you hit the right shoulder button in that motion. So you're like this, actually milking the udder, sharing the joy.
This is going to be the most inappropriate game of the year. I already see that coming.
And you feel, from what I heard, you feel the weight, the vibration from top to bottom.
Here's the thing: when we play this game.
When you guys play this game.
When I buy 1-2 Switch and
pure eye contact.
This, yes, we cannot break eye contact the entire time. The most disgusting thing, and we have to get cow hats. Or they might provide us with cow hats.
Apparently they do.
Yeah,
for the big cowboy hats for the quick draw.
Oh no! I saw a photo of a cow's head.
Oh.
On another man's head. So I would like that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the way to go.
No, but the presentation didn't really convey that well enough. No. Even though they did like a cool way of showing it. Yeah. But after hearing this guy talk about it, it made more sense. I'm like, oh, okay, so yeah, it's more of that force feedback type deal, but it's not just Extreme Rumble. It's like shifted and altered.
I'm cool with that. This was the part in the conference where
velocity
it turned for me, where I went, oh, because. This is where they started doing some motion control stuff. They started doing some stuff where it started to feel a lot like 2006. And I watched my Twitter feed slowly start to lament that. But I'm like, no, dude, this makes so much sense. This is how you recapture that market that got rid of the Wii and didn't care about the Wii anymore when the Wii U was confusing and weird. But this is a good, like, if you're going to do motion controls in 2017, this is the way to do them.
Here's what's like good and bad about that. It's good that they brought it back. Mm-hmm. It's bad that most people that watch it, what they take from it is that, oh, this is more so just a glorified Wii all of a sudden. But here's the thing. There's only 2 games that really use this feature.
But it's not only a glorified Wii, it's a glorified GameCube, it's a glorified N64, it's a glorified...
It's a combination. But
what I really see when I see the Switch is a culmination of
But because
they
focused on it, a lot of people think this is just all about motion control again. And it's like, no, this is just another option. Like, this is just another thing. It's not the focal... point, and I think a lot of people forgot that when they were watching it.
I get that. But they did, so they show off 1-2 Switch, which seems like it'll be kind of the Wii Play of this. A lot
of people are expecting it to be a launch title. I mean, it comes with the system, whatever.
Yeah,
because it's a good way to.
Should have been
right. Everybody is saying that because it utilizes everything, and it's just a bunch of mini games.
But I don't. I think,
but it could have been the Wii. It could have been Wii Sports all over again.
It wouldn't have been Wii Sports.
It wouldn't have been, but it gets a piece of software for like the family and everyone to kind of like, oh my god, like I can feel 3 ice cubes in the glass.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
It's a good tech demo.
I think what they do is they make a really, really good. They take a really good marketing stance and they really get this thing in front of as many eyes as they can. And they say, "Hi, you're a Zelda boy. Buy it. Buy Zelda. Hey, you're a family. Buy it. Buy 1-2 Switch and buy like." Sure. I don't think they need to pack anything in. I think that they can market this thing however they want because it's so versatile and so many different ways to play.
Yeah, I think just because 1-2 Switch isn't really like, you know what I mean? It's not like a fleshed out game. Yeah. It's just a bunch of mini games. So a lot of people take that and they're like, no, this just could have been like a demo disc or something.
I get that. I understand.
But yeah, I mean, I see it from both points.
Do we know the price of 1-2 Switch is?
I think it's $50. I think.
Bringing back those PSP cases.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice. I like that the Switch logo is only in the corner. It's not like a strip.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. It's a very subtle...
tastefully done.
Yep.
It's a little...
Game cases look very, very, very good. Then we saw the next new Nintendo intellectual property.
ARMS. Right? Is that what you're dancing? You commenced to jiggling and...
ARMS. I got ARMS. Yeah, ARMS is a boxing game... where you have arms that are made of springs or strings or who knows what else. It's very weird looking.
I like it. It looks good.
But yeah, I think it's cool. Whenever they introduce a new intellectual property, my first reaction is, do I really want to play as them in Smash Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. A long range boxer. Can you imagine? Everybody dials him. Like it's great.
Yeah. Shit. All right. You're right.
Like Lil Mac would have the biggest trouble.
I know. That'd be a good intro video. I think ARMS looks cool. We'll see when we play it.
I don't know if I'll buy it day one, but I'll definitely play it.
Yeah. I'll I'll play it at the demo when we go, but I don't know if this is going to be a thing where I'm like, I don't know how much time I'd put.
It definitely has
arms.
it has a Splatoon feel to it.
It has, yeah. This seems like Splatoon,
The
but for
competitiveness
boxing
and how you
instead
could you could customize like the fists with like different weapons and power ups and stuff.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of Splatoon, there's a second one.
Dude, they missed that. They missed
They
that chance.
really
They
could have been Splatoon.
They goofed.
But instead, it's Splatoon 2.
That's how I'm typing it.
I think Splatoon 2 is fucking rad. Not only because it's more Splatoon, but because all the things that I hated about the first Splatoon are gone. The fact that I was limited to, I could only play with the gamepad and the TV.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I could only play with the gamepad and not the Pro Controller. They threw all that shit away. They were like, yo, you have anything that can control this thing? Good, you can use it to play this game.
And that was the first thing they said, too, at the table.
Yeah.
The game.
It was
You're
just
like
like
the Pro Controller, perfectly fine.
Yep.
Just sells a gyroscope.
Yeah, you can use a gyroscope if you want. You can use regular controls like a normal human being with self-respect and dignity. You
side
can do
dashes.
whatever you want.
Just-
Side dash. Talk about the side dash. It's your favorite thing in
Perfect. That definitely steps it up.
the world. Yeah.
Because like the maneuver, I always felt so slow in that game.
Yeah.
When you're not in squid form, when you're just in kid form.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, it's what they are. What
I know. Squid Kids. I get it.
But yeah, it's just that adds a new level to it and a new layer or whatever. But like I love that. It was so quick. I don't see. I'm wondering if that uses like a stamina bar or
That's
not.
interesting.
I didn't watch the full gameplay
I bet it
on
uses
Treehouse.
ink.
Maybe that would make sense. Sacrifice some ink for that. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. It's like the Halo 2 of
Yeah.
Splatoon.
They said that they are going to do what they did the last time, add new weapons and stages as the more the game
Ink dualies.
goes along. Yeah. I super stoked on Splatoon. Kind of bummed it's not coming out until summer, but
I'm excited for the campaign.
Yes.
They teased it a bit.
Yeah.
Because you only saw one of those sisters.
Uh-huh.
It was from the back, and I was like, "Oh, this is anime as fuck right now."
Uh-huh.
Wearing kimono, blowing in the wind.
Whenever this releases, this will be the day I get my Switch, because I'll finally have things to play on it.
And you still haven't played the first one, right?
Correct.
So I think we got to do. We should do a thing where we start playing through some of the best Wii U games to count down towards the Switch, and I think that'll be get Maddie on Splatoon, get you amped as fuck.
Really, one of the only Wii U titles that enticed me.
Yeah, it's a good one.
The lore in that game is pretty cool.
The cool thing after Splatoon is that we got a scene of a city, and amidst that city landscape, read the words "New Donk City," which immediately I was so happy.
And from that, I saw like Dixie Street, or
Dixie
Circle
Road, Dixie Street, Avenue, whatever it was.
There was a lot of Donkey Kong.
But really, what I could focus on the most was New Donk City, which just made my entire year. Really, I don't.
Yeah, this you started yelling New Donk City. I
before
immediately
anything
started
ever happened.
thinking like, what property?
And I knew it was Mario, and I knew that's what they were about to show off. But New Donk City was just all I kind of needed, and I think all I'll ever need. So I think there are going to be a few.
I was wondering why they did that, and now I'm realizing King Kong.
Yeah, I told Matt I think they're going to probably open up with a like that world. When you get to that world in the game, you'll see Yonky Dong climbing up on a stupid tower, or whatever. Kind of play that out. But yeah, New Donk City. Mario is in New Donk City, which seems to be a big New York style city, and he's with real people, very much like Sonic Adventure, which is really fucking weird.
Yeah,
really,
I love it. I love that
weird.
Mario is like this weird obscure character now. He's not a normal looking person.
Yeah,
he's the weird one.
Yep. So Super Mario Odyssey is coming holiday of 2017.
Japan as fuck. This game.
Yeah, they're really getting back to.
I love it. Like they're utilizing, like they're just going weird with it.
It's the weird, and this is what we've needed for a long time. We haven't had a weird fucking Mario since Sunshine, and it's cool. He's like Galaxy was good,
making
right?
Goofy
Galaxy's
faces,
great,
a lot of cool like animations. He's dancing, he's jumping off walls. Like,
I love Galaxy stuff, but they were
the hat as a platform. I love that.
Yep, that was a cool one too.
Odd job.
Yeah. Fucking Bowser in his suit. Like, fuck your hat. Here's mine.
Bowser's weird fucking... This whole thing, like, he kidnapped her because he wants to get married finally. He's like, look, we gotta settle down if we're gonna have all these Koopa kids.
Fighting that, like, mech robot on the building, and then there's, like, a...
Sad jungle.
Like a low polygon world, like, bright colors.
Yes.
There's just so many things.
That game... Fuck, that's gonna be... I can't wait for E3.
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be a Game of the Year contender.
Then we got what I did not expect to see, which was Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, right?
Is that anyone that found his pants weird?
No, yeah. The whole like design of that game is completely different from the last one around.
It's like you wore the chaps and underwear but forgot to put pants on.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, it's all armor, so whatever.
Still weird.
Because if you from the back, you see that helmet part that was like a hood, whatever.
Yeah.
I imagine if he puts it on, he looks like a really like Japanese Shovel Knight.
Now you're talking. Okay.
Did you notice in that trailer, when you saw like that weird Monado blade, which it looks like a Monado. Yeah. There was a girl. She was all red. She looked like a human version of
Shield Knight?
that sword.
Oh.
She had the same green
some
crest.
Fucking fee shit going on? Fee?
Oh, probably better than her, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Fi or fee? What is it?
I say fee.
Fee. All right, good. I'm done with fee. Then we got a little bit of a thing. I heard the music and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like we're getting it. It's a Fire Emblem game. Okay, it's that, which I'm still stoked about. I think playing a warrior style game as Marth and yeah, it should be real cool. And the cool thing about
maybe
we have a direct coming, right?
Yeah, so I feel like they might talk about the mobile game.
God,
more than anything. And then they'll probably tease a little bit of Fire Emblem Warriors.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I think what's cool about Warriors that I'd never played the Warriors games at all, but until Hyrule Warriors.
Since PS2.
I
started with the third one, I think.
Okay. I like that...
I just like being one guy fighting an army.
Yeah, it's a cool... they feel cool. Like, Hyrule taught me that, and what I liked is how many different playable characters there are, so the fact that I think Fire Emblem Warriors is going to give us even more. Like,
be cool if you can make your own too. Because Dynasty Warriors had that for a couple of them.
I would be okay not necessarily make your own from scratch in this, but like with the more recent ones where you can kind of customize a little bit. Like if I have to play as like a Corrin that doesn't have Lightning's haircut that is pink.
I mean, basically, like you would, you could make a character, but the weapon style would be based off of another character. So you would still be that character technically. You would just look different, but you'd fight the same.
That's fair too. After some Fire Emblem, we had a big long, not long, but we had a little thing about 30 third-party developers working on the Switch. 80 games are currently in development from third parties. Dragon Quest 10 and 11, as well as Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. Now, I'm not sure if these were just for Japan.
That was such a tease.
Are they just for Japan?
I think so.
Okay.
But it was just like, oh, and there's something new coming to the Switch. Psych, it's 2 recycled games. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. But they might be coming to America. Who knows?
Region free?
The neat one is... region free means...
I mean, Heroes is already in America, just not on Nintendo.
Shin Megami Tensei. It's 25th anniversary this year.
This looks like a remake.
Remake, you think, or what?
I mean,
shocker, another port.
Because it's showing all the original demons.
Yeah.
From the first one, and that's it. So I don't know if that means anything or not, but I mean that's okay because what was the first one? How long ago was that? You know,
SNES, right? Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good callback.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
But that was cool though. I mean, they didn't have to do that. But
no, I'm stoked for that.
That game will probably come late in the lifespan of the system, probably.
I don't know, man.
Sharp FE took a long time.
Yeah. Square then gave us a really, really conventional
this
title.
Looks cool.
I was
what is this, like, Project,
I don't know.
Like,
I was just
Octopath something.
Yes, Project Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, so that's a
joining the
title.
ranks.
This is from the guys
Bravely
who
Default.
Yeah, this looks good.
It does. It looks like an old school JRPG.
I'm on board. I love it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it for what it is, but like, I was just waiting for this big, awesome punch from this conference, and I saw Square Enix. I was like, if this is 15, this is the punch it needed.
Dude, that would have been
And then
nuts.
that shit came up with a working ass title. I was like,
They're
well,
probably
that's
saving
not...
some for E3.
Yeah.
But I agree. But
I was ready for a big punch,
no, I know.
and it didn't come there.
I thought so too, but then I also liked seeing.
I'm just happy to see something new.
Yeah, and
It is new, and that's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
I liked seeing the smallness of it all because it
Yeah.
really was like I don't want just big 3D games on this system. I still want my traditional ass.
It's like a 2D game, but like a pop-up book.
Yeah,
It looked pretty. I'll give it that. It was just I was just a tiny bit disappointed.
It was like old school sprites with modern day lighting.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm saying that. Like I was disappointed that Final Fantasy 15 was at the conference, a game I give two shits about.
Oh yeah, coming from you. That's
I know. I want the Switch to be successful. That's why I'm like concerned.
Oh, it will be. Don't worry.
One of the really, really great things about the third-party segment is that dude from Sega came up on stage and said nothing.
So
No.
essentially,
Except for-
Square Enix from
I
PlayStation
specifically
4.
made a note about this guy because I wanted
here
to
we
bring
go.
up something.
And
Because so his name it's Toshihiro Nagoshi.
Nagoshi, yeah.
So he was game producer, designer, director, now board of director of Sega. He's been through it all. But if nobody's familiar with his work, he's been involved with Super Monkey Ball, Binary Domain, the Yakuza series,
Okay.
and most notably,
Oh boy.
F-Zero GX
Okay.
/ AX, the arcade.
Okay, all right,
So this is why I'm excited because potentially,
got it.
yeah.
Okay,
And if he showed up to this,
yeah, okay.
I just don't. Why waste at this conference? Like, why waste time?
Because because they're not going to put the fucking game out in the next 3 months, right? So,
Then why be on stage?
because I didn't realize that. Now that Mark told me, yo, this is the dude that made F-Zero. Now, for the next 3 months, we're all going to go, why the fuck was he on stage? And then wait a second,
I mean,
E3.
Sega / Nintendo EAD.
Yeah. But then dude comes out on stage E3, and you're like, all right, now you're showing us something. What is it? Oh shit, Captain Falcon.
I mean, I get holding stuff for.
It's a possibility.
I guess holding stuff for E3 is just you have all eyes on you tonight. Yeah. This is the night I want to get punched in the jaw with pure excitement. If I would have gotten an F-Zero and all this stuff, like I would have been excited.
Okay, let me give you another
scenario. A lot
scenario.
more excited than I am.
Let me give you another scenario. Let's go back E3 2013, 14. Little company called Electronic Arts. Take you on the inside look at Ghost Studio. Show you what they're working on. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I didn't like that one either. I'm not saying.
Is this
so
like the behind the scenes?
Yeah.
We're working on Mass Effect.
Yeah, I hated
We're
that
kind
so
of
much.
so. Let's just say that dude from Sega, Nagashi, they're in about that stage of F-Zero development or anything else for the Switch.
Dude, if Yakuza came on that?
But again, like, is that what you
know?
want? Is to see that kind of shit? Because if that's where they are and that's all they have to show, you can't really, you know what I mean?
I think it's just cool that he just showed his like him showing. I mean, yeah, it sucked that he didn't show anything. I
But
agree.
they might not be-
That sucks. But as like business wise, it's good that he showed his face to show.
And
support.
it's Sega, and that's I
But,
don't know.
yeah.
That's, in
But
some
think
ways,
about it, like,
that's so backstabby.
Nintendo talks to Sega and they're like, dude, we're so stoked you guys are making this shit. Can you come on stage and show some stuff? And they're like, well, we really don't have anything to show. We're not in that stage. In order for us to prepare something to show off, it would cut out from development
All he
time
had
for us
was
to prepare something.
Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
So like whenever they showed that little like compilation
yeah.
of videos, they showed Sonic Mania and that Project Sonic 2017.
Yeah.
There was people I saw who saw that part. They're like, "Oh, Sonic looks good." I'm like, "You didn't see that clip before?"
I know. But Matt, you got something, all right?
I did in a way.
You got Skyrim. You got Mr. Todd Howard.
I got Mr. Todd
on
Howard.
stage.
That's what I wanted.
Well, he wasn't on stage. He was in some weird fucking Egyptian
And that's what I
crypt.
said. That's what I predicted.
That he would be in a weird Egyptian crypt?
Not a weird Egyptian crypt, but he'd be on screen in some capacity.
Fair.
This is the part I hated.
I mean, Skyrim, not the game I want.
I could have done without a 2011 game shown here.
Yeah, but, just match it with all the other ports you're getting. Yeah. I mean, my thing is, if somehow, some way, I don't think it's going to be, but if...
Coming up with funky ass shit like every single day, eh?
Skyrim could become successful in Nintendo. That's big news.
Yeah,
because Bethesda will keep working, and then I might get my Fallout on Switch.
Or better yet, Bethesda might say, "Yo, guys, can you put Doom on here? Thanks."
Or it might go to a bigger
Joe
thing
Diggs.
where like ZeniMax recognizes the Switch.
Yeah,
Like
they say,
Wolfenstein 2 would be awesome on the Switch.
better yet, Doom on Switch would be...
I don't need a port of Doom. I don't need ports on this thing. I want new Doom 2.
Here's would be great.
Doom 2, fine, yeah.
Or, like, if they just put Doom on the Switch. That'd be cool as fuck.
I don't need Doom again.
No, but think about it, right? You're just like, oh, let me buy a Switch, and then, oh, wow, I can buy Doom on the Switch?
Wait a minute.
I already
Joe,
played it.
Joe, got an idea. What if they made Doom on the Switch?
Oh! I think that would be a great idea.
I want new things on the Switch. Now shit I've already played.
But hear me out.
I'm not even happy that Skyrim's coming. But this is a good possibility.
Yeah, and this, you know what? This could also lead to Doom.
Doom on
You know?
the
Okay, I'll stop.
Switch.
I'm stopping. I'm done.
local multiplayer. They make a version where you have local You just pop off those you share the joint.
Why? Wait, first of all, you want to play
Doom.
local multiplayer, and the multiplayer was like the downside of that game.
I'm not even. Suda51 came out on stage.
That was weird.
He broke the translator. It was amazing. I loved
bad.
it. I don't know what the fuck the game is, but Travis has a t-shirt, and he's coming to the Switch.
That
He was, what do you say? He was talking to, like, independent developers to try to get a game going. I assume No More Heroes 3.
Yeah, it seemed likely.
Yeah,
Or a
I
spin-off
wrote.
with-
I don't know. I didn't know what was going on.
That's
so
cool, though.
My note literally says, "What is it?"
'Cause
Yeah,
we-
you wrote game coming with dude.
like I had no idea what was going on.
Because Wii and Wii U had, 1 and 2.
Right. It seems natural.
Yeah.
I would prefer if we had a Let It Die port, but that's just me. Then we had a skyscraper came out on stage and announced FIFA for...
And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. One of the buildings... One of the buildings from New Donk City
Yeah,
showed
that's
up to talk about FIFA.
It's hard to rewind, you guys, back to the previous part of that.
The troll from Sorcerer's Stone in the bathroom came out.
Can we switch gears
Yeah, we can switch anything you want.
back to Suda51?
Yeah.
That entire time, maybe you wish this was just a direct.
Huh?
That whole broken translator, the awkwardness. I just at that point I was like, this should have just been a cleaner direct.
I feel like that translator got dealt a shitty hand.
He
with
did.
something, and he had to
Who was telling me about what...
But you know how you prevent that? Use something you make and cut yourself.
you just kept the other translator on. That's how you fix it.
No, but who was telling me about
Stop it.
What
This is a West Side Story, all right?
I think it's Brandon, my friend Brandon at work. It was saying that like somebody went back and like listened to what Suda was saying, who speaks Japanese natively, and was like, "Yo, dude was telling stories about like other conversations he had. So he was impersonating himself, having conversations with other people and doing impersonations of other people, and trying to tell a secondhand story. So like." It would have been difficult for anything, and to do that shit live. Like,
I feel bad for the translator, but when I first heard it, I was like, what the fuck?
And I don't think he went on any kind of script, which makes total sense, which I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
Like, that was great. That was one of the best just moments of the whole thing. There was a little rundown of kind of like, yo, here's some other shit coming, or here's some
then
things
you
we
skip
talked
FIFA.
about.
I didn't even get the comment. The sports guy.
I
here.
just said... I
The
said one of the
skyscraper?
skyscrapers from New Donk City announced FIFA.
Can I talk about how the skyscraper just looked mad at the world the entire time he was there?
He was so pissed. He did not like having to wait for Bill Trennan to translate for him.
Dude, Bill Trennan did a good job.
Yeah, he did.
And that was probably what Suda should have had.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that FIFA? The
Yeah, I was telling him before the podcast started how we're going back to the PS3 engine for this guy. Yeah, that's not good.
Why is that not good?
I mean, like, it doesn't sway me either way because I'm not going to play it. But
I don't like. Look, were the FIFA games on PS3 bad games?
No, but now there's FIFA games on the PS4 which are better.
Define better.
Better graphically, better gameplay wise because FIFA has adapted Frostbite.
also, why are we not okay with FIFA doing this? But yeah, we have Skyrim coming.
I never said I was happy about the Skyrim port. I'm happy that Bethesda's on board.
No,
with the
I
Switch.
meant like in general. Like a lot of people are just
Yeah,
whenever they say it with a bad taste in their mouth. Like, oh, this is running off of like a PS3 360 engine, but like nobody's batting an eye at
Skyrim's running on a fucking 15-year-old PC engine that was built from Morrowind. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Yeah. I did have people say that Skyrim looks better on Switch than it did on Xbox 360 or PS3. So I'll take that.
That's fine.
That's kind of like the in between on one of this first one.
But I also like. I really, and I don't know if I'm just an asshole or I've drank too much of the Nintendo Donk Kool-Aid, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I have my PS4 if I want to go play fucking FIFA on a PS4.
And
this is not for me as a PS4 player. This is for me playing video games wherever the fuck I want. So, I don't know. I think it's a cool thing. I think that who this system's for, like, people who are going to buy this for FIFA aren't going to buy it because they need the latest things and they're going to sell their characters on eBay. They're buying this because they want to be able to play it while they're in the park with their bros playing real soccer. I don't know.
But the other thing, you fly this guy all the way out to Japan for EA, and this is all he has. And I just wish there was another property. Just give me something else. Mass Effect would have been perfect.
Again, this is you fly the dude all the way out there to show that EA's committed to this, and it's a partnership that Nintendo's trying to build with third parties.
We still got the PAXs, the Gamescom, the Tokyo Game Show.
It's just I wanted to get punched in the mouth really bad.
You can when you play ARMS, motherfucker.
Fuck you. Goddamn game.
So they ran through all of the different things that are coming, including everything from Mario Splatoon 2 to Farming Simulator, Just Dance. And Minecraft, which was a big one. That's important to have because that's you kind of got it with the Vita, but it wasn't as it didn't run as good, I don't think, or what the world wasn't as big. This is kind of like this might be the best place to play Minecraft, quite honestly. Yeah, probably.
When you think about it,
it's a smart move because the Wii U should have had this at launch and it did not. Didn't get it until like I think 6 months ago or something like that. Is when the Wii U first got Minecraft.
But that's a big step because that's Microsoft now.
It's fucking huge, but
that's not independent anymore.
That's so weird. Microsoft on PlayStation 1, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, dope. I think that the jury's still out on third party support on this thing because we had this seems like a stronger, more confident lineup than we had with the Wii U. Sorry, but we did have the Wii U. Had third party support.
Yeah, you know why? Because there's no Ubisoft.
Just
Rayman.
Rayman.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
port.
Meaning, like, it wasn't a presentation on stage.
Sure.
You know, it wasn't a big deal. Hey, here's the next.
Didn't Ubi get fucked last generation?
Fuck you, whatever.
Ubi won't exist by the end of the calendar year.
Well, they're going to exist in another way.
Then. Talk about kind of
that's a typo, sorry.
How you will buy this thing. Did everyone here pre-order? Matt, you're waiting till Splatoon 2.
Yes, because there's nothing at launch that
Marc,
entices
you're
me. That
flipping
I can't
a
play on Wii U.
receipt. Very good. I did a cool thing. I had the Best Buy website open with Matt, and I went, I could get it on here right now, and whatever. But I was like, Amazon's so much easier, you know? Let me go to Amazon. Not available to pre-order.
I had it in my cart on Amazon.
Oh, fuck you. Because what happened to me was Amazon said, not available, click here to be notified when it is. So I did.
I did that first, yeah.
And then never received an email, never received a notification, and they put it up twice without notifying me, and I don't have a pre-order yet.
Like, I had it there, but then I forgot how the pre-ordering works. Do they take the money out right away, or do you wait? See, I didn't know this, and trying to budget money for bills and shit, I didn't know if I could do this or afford it, because I had just enough to get the Switch, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's more important? And then we'll talk about it later, but there was another thing that came out I was like, oh, well, that's more important because that's more rare at this point. So I put my money towards that, and it turns out they don't take my money out yet either.
Yeah.
So, I had the Switch in my shopping cart, and then I watched it disappear.
So, what I'm doing is, I'm just going to wait. When it pops back up on Amazon, I'll grab it. If it doesn't, I took that whole weekend off, so I'll just be wandering around town looking for one.
GameStop will constantly keep getting...
I'm not worried about supply on this thing. Yeah. And, dude, if it takes me a fucking month to get it, whatever, it takes me a month to get it. I want it, but...
I feel bad for Europe.
Fuck Europe, I don't care.
Hey,
I don't live there.
I put that in the notes, too.
Oh, you did put fuck Europe in the notes. Europe, we love you. You know.
No, but that just means since it's region free, they could just try to take more supply from other regions. Yeah. Scalpers.
Mother 3.
I bought my Orioles season tickets with the money I didn't spend on my Switch.
There you go.
I renewed it.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You excited about that?
Oh, of course I am. As I wear my Orioles hoodie and like, God damn it. Do it. There it is.
When you buy the console, here's what's in the box. The console. The left and right Joy-Cons.
A head.
Straps for the Joy-Cons. The grip that the Joy-Cons go into. The dock. 1 HDMI cable. 1 AC adapter. Charged by USB-C, by the way. We didn't talk about that, but they confirmed that right at the top.
Brad Pitt's tears.
But yes, you can buy... is that everything in the box? And then separately, you can buy the Pro Controller. You can get... This was interesting. You can choose 2 different SKUs, which we talked about this last week, kind of what we thought it was going to be for $299. Or, well, you know, what we thought, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I said I thought they'd have a single SKU. No weird, complicated storage things, which is kind of true, because you just get a thing that has 32 gigabytes of internal storage that can be expanded via SD card, which confirmed we know SD cards you can use up to a 256 gig. Rumored I saw today, and I don't know, because I really don't like rumors at all, because I find that most of them can go fuck themselves.
I feel like 256 is more than enough, since all the games are cartridge based.
Yeah.
I was say what I mean.
You don't
I feel like,
probably don't even need to download anything.
I feel like Zelda will probably be one of the biggest games on it. What was it? 13 gigabytes.
Hey.
Yeah.
I think
Nintendo is also fantastic at optimization. Super Mario 3D Land on 3DS, one of the like more impressive, bigger games with a lot of assets, a lot of things, was 333 megabytes.
Pretty damn good
for like one of the biggest premier games on that console.
Yeah.
Now, I think something like Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon, I think they exceeded a gig.
That was a lot.
Right?
It was like, I think I needed an extra 16,000 blocks on my 4 gig micro SD.
Yeah.
So that's why I got the 32.
But yeah, so
Donkey Kong was a big one too. Country Returns or whatever.
Yeah. The one, did we get that for free from Club Nintendo or something?
I didn't. I had a discount or whatever.
Got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are 2 configurations. One is the gray Joy-Cons. Another you can get, it's 1 red and 1 blue neon Joy-Con, which, how do you guys feel about the neon?
I didn't like it at first, but I'm kind of growing on it, but I'm still getting the gray one.
Okay.
I'll do gray. And then if I decided I needed to drop $80, I would then get the neon ones.
But here's the cool thing. There's extra accessories that you can buy Joy-Cons separately.
Uh-huh.
For $50.
I thought 80.
80 if you buy them as a
pair.
Pack.
Yeah.
A pair, 50 individually.
But the individuals are only in gray.
Are you sure about that?
I am positive.
How positive?
Like 200% positive.
Yeah, but
I believe you. Yeah.
That positive? I'm listening.
But the pairs you can get in just all red,
all
blue, or you can fill the opposites that the red and blue are on your colored Switch. So if you bought the extra pair, you would technically have 2 reds and 2 blues.
That was smart. I did notice that. That was real smart.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, individual.
Something I want to bring up about that grip. I just read, I think it might be a rumor more so than confirmed, but that grip is not the charging grip that you can buy separately inside the box.
I thought you just plugged the wire into it.
Yeah, you would just be able to plug the wire into it, but like I
Yeah.
think the one you can sell separately kind of has like its own internal like battery, so it can charge the Joy grips.
So what charges?
Or Joy-Con, sorry.
As I said, then what charges the grip?
Well, I think it's still a cable, but like you don't have to like once your Joy-Cons like die, you would need to plug it in. I think with this extra grip, it will charge the Joy-Cons if they died or were at full battery to give you more playing time.
Did they give a battery life on the Joy-Cons?
No.
Because those are, they're rechargeable, right? So.
Oh boy.
Joy-Cons have 20 hours of battery life.
That's not bad.
Okay.
No, so one,
that's really good. Actually,
I just got butterflies in my stomach because I thought that the Switch was available again on Amazon, and it's not. It was just a picture of a middle finger. But the customer questions on the Nintendo Switch Amazon page, the first one is your body ready? And the answer is, my body is Reggie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then the second question is, if Donkey Kong and Jumpman are fight, why does sometime Mario and Donkey seen in the same place? And the answer is, because Donkey and Mario friend but different, so fight sometime.
Is this Miiverse?
I don't know.
Speaking about that,
I have
isn't
no
that dead?
idea. Apparently,
Yeah,
according to some guy...
It's not on the Switch.
named Donald Young, was that his name? Now, here's the thing. There are all these websites that are reporting this. They're all quoting this VentureBeat article that is just a random conversation with some guy.
Mine was Reggie confirming it.
Reggie said this words.
Reggie!
No Miiverse and no Street Pass. Real-ass things that Reggie said himself.
I'm pretty sure they were quoting him on Nintendo Life. Or
Not
Go
quite as
Nintendo. I
sunny
think it was
as you
Go
thought.
Nintendo.
Because the one I saw, everyone keeps pulling from this VentureBeat article, where the VentureBeat article, in one instance, they call a guy a representative from Nintendo named like something Young, and then the next sentence they forgot the U, so it's Yong. So I don't really know how much I trust this source. If they
didn't
fact
Reggie
check
say
them.
during the treehouse? Isn't that when they got that quote from him?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, if you're saying it came from Reggie, that's fine.
I'm not
I'm
100%
finding it
sure,
right
but
now.
I think it was at the treehouse. It was confirmed.
Because that sucks for everyone involved. I really, 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 really
I'm actually okay with it.
like Miiverse.
I like it too, but
I think it's a cool thing.
you know, I mean, like I still have my 3DS, so I'll still utilize it with my 3DS.
Sure, but I just wanted to see that legacy kind of carried forward.
If it would have stayed,
I mean, they could
it
always
had
add it.
It had a kind of a possibility of it baked in, like a share button kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It had a chance of living, but I just don't think. I think just the Wii U kind of bombed it. Just bombed a few different things here.
I
for
think they really
Nintendo.
wanted to push it as more of like, hey, this is a home console you can take on and go. It's not purely a handheld that you hook up to a TV,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird, but okay.
What was the other one?
What
other announcements did we... Right, so then they cut to
Europe and New
Europe,
York,
which
they should have called it New Donk City. That would have been.
I know. They cut to Europe, and then some guy talked about things, and then they cut to New York, where they talked to Reggie, and he gave us this big, Reggie thing, and then, yeah, he kicked it over to Miyamoto and Aonuma.
They dragged that out way too long.
We needed it, you know.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
We did. Yeah, they finally announced the release date for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is also the release date of the Nintendo Switch. So, March 3rd. What?
I'm just happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
That trailer was so good.
The trailer was really, really good. There's a lot of stuff to unravel there that's kind of weird and cool, and I'm real
It was
stoked
so
about the
cinematic,
direction
and
they're
I've never seen Zelda in this direction. It's beautiful.
It's really, yeah, it's very new for them.
Yeah, like very Studio Ghibli.
Yes. Yeah. That kind of wrapped up the whole conference, right?
Yeah, do we want to compare our predictions?
I don't remember mine, but
You don't have a note?
I probably do. Let's take a look.
I should have a note. I think I remember my predictions, but
Yeah, I've got one. So I think I started last week by saying Mother 3, and I think I'll say this week that Region Free means Mother 3. So I got that one right.
no.
Yeah. I think
Nothing was confirmed.
Well, Region Free means Mother 3. So
I can just spit out rumors right now.
What was your number one?
My number one, I went out of order from my note because I say Todd Howard for last. Oh, I think it was Metroid Prime. All right,
well,
it's gonna be Christmas.
That'll be at E3. So,
I need to get
Mark, what was your number one?
I think it was better virtual console integration. They didn't even talk about it.
Didn't.
So.
No, not at all. I said. Was my next one the I don't even remember now because I have 5 written down here and I don't know which of them I actually said.
I might remember.
I remember talking about the Nintendo OS that I thought was going to happen. Was that my second one?
Animal Crossing might have been
My second?
your second one.
All right,
And
so
then
that
the
didn't
OS
happen.
was the third.
And then, yeah, the OS where kind of everything is this is only the beginning, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, if you went top down, that makes sense too.
Yeah, I still kind of think that, but I also think that region free means Mother 3.
And nothing was confirmed. That's a 0.
I mean, March 3rd.
I'm sorry, I got my next one wrong anyway.
March 3rd, if we just kind of truncate that, if you needed to abbreviate that, you might say M3. And if you would say M3, I would say Mother 3. So region free means Mother 3.
M3 is just
3.
And then times that by 1, you get 3. And then Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Did you confirm? Did you predict that Todd Howard would be on stage?
No, I have it right here on screen somehow.
I just don't believe that. But that's
You want to rewind it back? I said on screen somehow, so I am right.
What was your other one? You said you got one
the
wrong.
3 Wii U games that are Switch versions, but Splatoon ended up being Splatoon 2. They didn't even talk about really Mario Kart much.
They didn't say anything about Mario Kart. Right after the conference, there was a trailer up. It's called Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's the same...
And then nothing about Smash.
Nothing about Smash yet. That's going to be your big fucking... Oh, god damn it, E3 is going to be so good when you hear that...
Did you... To talk back on the Miiverse thing real quick,
Yes.
Did you say it was from GamesBeat?
Well, VentureBeat is the overarching thing. GamesBeat is
David
their
Young
thing. David Young.
Never mind. Yeah,
And then it
that's
went to
the quote
David
I found.
Young.
That's the one that they were quoting.
Yeah,
I thought it was Reggie.
Look, I'm not saying it's inaccurate. I'm just saying that...
I think I got it confused with the Metroid Mother 3 thing that Reggie was talking about.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That one where he said, come talk to me.
Yeah, that was
We'll
Reggie.
see how-
This was not Reggie. My bad.
What were we just talking about? I don't remember now.
Predictions.
The 3 Wii U
The
games.
other one. Yeah,
Smash.
I think Smash will be E3, and that'll be super rad. But one thing on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, King Boo's playable, 2 items, switchable. The battle mode's back in a fucking good way.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking Inklings.
Yep.
Squid
Boy and
Kids.
girl.
Play as Squid Kids.
2 colors each.
Yep, different levels.
200
Super.
cc out of the box.
Yep, which is real good. It seems like they're just doing everything like Mario Kart 8, all the DLC included, plus some Squid Kids, and more features.
And we don't have a release date on that yet, right?
April 28th, which I believe is the exact same release date that it first came out
That's right.
in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I will look it up. Remember, thefreecheese.com reviewed the fuck out of that game and liked it very much. I did.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8. What else? What else we got? Matt or Mark, what were your other things?
I was wrong about still no party chat. That was one of the first things they mentioned. I was like, oh, all right.
In a way, it's not. It might not be the best way, but they mentioned it.
Yeah, like they announced it. I thought it wasn't going to be a thing.
I'm way wrong. Sorry. May 30th was the release date for Mario Kart 8.
Oh, what?
You know
Does
what?
that coincide with my
Hold
goal?
the fuck up. I believe it was originally intended for the end of April, wasn't it? And then it got...
I remember us talking about this.
I don't know. And then I was right about Zelda being a launch title. But that was like
That was like the I remember being like, yeah, I think that's a. Wow, look at that May 31st is when my goal ends for the Switch at $400.
5 new characters in Mario Kart, just so you know.
I like King Boo.
Bowser Jr., Dry Bones,
Oh, I like me some Dry Bones too.
King Boo, and the 2 Inklings. Yeah, man. Woo.
I got Isabelle, so I'll be okay.
Of course, that's... Yep.
I mean, Link. Sorry.
Anything else we should cover?
Is anyone concerned about the Switch?
Fuck no. Are you?
A little bit.
Whenever I
Christ.
talk to anyone that isn't familiar with the whole thing, they're like not interested. They just don't see it as that great of a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm confident in it. I'm happy about it. I think I'll be okay. I'm mostly just saying that because it's Breath of the Wild, but
I think also...
Which, if people are curious, Wii U version 720p, slower load times. Switch version 1080p, faster load times.
Hold up on that 1080p. I keep hearing 900.
Oh, I did hear 900.
900 docked 720.
In fact, yeah, I think...
It's still not 720, so...
No, yeah. But I think 900, I think IGN ran a story originally saying 1080, and they were like, whoops, nope, it's 900.
Probably scaled up to 1080. Yeah, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I think the really cool thing about the Switch is that it's real and that it's almost here, and that if the only things that ever came out on it were Splatoon 2, Zelda, and Mario Kart 8 and Mario Odyssey, I have a pretty good year. But the cool thing is this is year one of potentially a 5-year cycle. And I think as we get closer to the Switch, we'll start talking about the death of the Wii U. But looking back on the Wii U...
Is it already dead?
Not in my heart. But
it's dead.
I mean, look at the Wii U and kind of everything that brought. Think about year one of that versus where we are now.
I only bought that for Smash Brothers and Zelda. Yeah. And Zelda didn't even happen.
Right. But along the way, we got cool shit like Splatoon and Mario Maker. We got Pikmin 3. We got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze or Topical Cheese, whichever you prefer to call it.
Zelda Studio Japan all over again. They just switched all console over whole console generation. Oh my god.
I know.
Well, all they did was just repeat what they did with Twilight Princess.
Right. That too.
I mean, yeah.
Because it was the last game for GameCube, and it was the first one for Wii.
Yeah, my concerns are the lackluster lineup to begin with. And yes, you have Zelda, but I'm going to play it on Wii U.
I'm going to pause you right there. Tell me about the PS4's launch lineup.
Yeah, but you have third-party games on that.
No, okay, what games launched on the... What were the third-party games
in launch window, you had...
Not launch window, launch day.
Launch day, I think you had Shadowfall. You had Knack. That's for better or for worse, but you're going to have trash on the Switch, too.
So far, not yet.
I don't remember what was on it. But
Resogun.
Awesome,
but, Resogun.
And that was free.
Shadowfall.
You had a free game.
Resogun, Shadowfall, Resogun free. Fine, you get Resogun. What else do we have? NBA, maybe. I don't even think that was their launch. I think it was a couple weeks after.
But if you look at that window, you had a Call of Duty, you had a Battlefield, you had
none of them are good.
They're excellent.
That Call of Duty that year, that was Advanced Warfare, wasn't it?
Oh, I mean, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. It's going to sell you units, though.
I don't give a fuck what it sells. I want to know what I'm playing on it.
Okay. I mean, all those things kind of sort of interest me. I actually bought Call of Duty that year.
And how was it?
I mean, it was fine. It was Call of Duty. But Battlefield 4 is fucking
Battlefield
rad.
4 I heard was fine.
After you got past the launch window. Because that DICE fucked that up.
Bricks and PS4s. I remember that too.
I mean, yes, you had your NBAs, you had your Maddens, you had things ready to go to sell units.
You didn't. You didn't name anything there. You named 3 games that kind of launch day. There was what? There was was there an Assassin's Creed maybe?
Probably Unity.
That sounds right. I'm just saying.
No, it wasn't Unity. It was the one that was kind of sort of broken. That was laughable. That had all the different memes and gifs.
Because
Unity.
But it's good for the Switch to start with Zelda, because that's their Uncharted. That is do you really need another reason right now? But that's only if you're a fan of it.
My thing about that being a launch title for it is it's also launching on the Wii U the same day.
All right, hold on. I'm going to read you from beginning to end the PlayStation 3's launch titles. PlayStation 4, sorry. Angry Birds Star Wars. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Battlefield 4. Blacklight Retribution, the beta. Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah.
Contrast. DC Universe Online.
That was free. Contrast is free.
Was it good? No.
I never played it.
I did, because I had nothing else to play on my PS4. DC Universe Online. Dive Kick, which was Game of the Year. FIFA 14.
Perfect.
Flower. Okay. Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition.
All right.
But still, port. Just Dance 2014. Killzone Shadowfall. Knack, which the whole list is just done now.
Broke. PlayStation 4 is
Lego Marvel Superheroes, Madden NFL 25, NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14 when they tried that for a day or something.
Well, everyone got that
Need
one.
for Speed Rivals, Playroom, Resogun, Skylander Swap Force, Sound Shapes, which was being re-released, Super Motherload, Trine 2, The Complete Story, and Warframe.
Which is also free.
Right. Mm-hmm. That was your launch day. So, with that.
I'm going to say, well, look at that. There was things that, I mean, they might not have been the best things, but those ports, though, were, I would say are different enough than the ports you're getting from the Switch. That
Super Bomberman R.
That's all that you need.
So you just made the whole argument about Battlefield 4 not being like what you want to play. I don't want to play any of that, and I feel like I speak for a decent amount of people.
Fair. That's fair.
This won't be resolved because you guys just have different tastes.
I know.
Exactly.
And that's fine.
And
But
I don't think worrying about it is necessarily.
I'm worried because I don't think my prediction is going to come true.
Which is
the selling half the units the Wii U sold in the first year.
Oh, you're crazy.
I'm concerned about that now.
No.
Because there's nothing to play at launch. Like I can't fathom.
For you, there's nothing to play at launch. That's the thing here.
But the one thing that I was ready to play at launch,
yeah,
to like buy a whole new console for is coming out the same day on the Wii U, and I already have one. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna play it there.
But that's if you want to play like a slightly inferior version.
Slightly though.
But
and the 720 handheld, like you get 720p on the handheld version of the Switch. So it's kind of like if you look at it that way, yeah, maybe it's slightly better textures, but the slightly better textures is not, and 900p is not $300 for me.
Yeah, but this is also assuming that everybody else has a Wii U and doesn't have a Switch. There's probably people that don't even have a Wii U.
And then the other thing, and I was talking with Joe about this right before the Switch presentation, I did not realize how much shit is coming out in March.
Right, and but like Zelda alone like blew the fuck out of E3. They're gonna make money.
Yeah.
That game alone will make them money. I guarantee it. Like they will be okay. If it wasn't for that game, I would be just as worried as you are right now.
There's a girl at work who primarily we talk about games a bunch. A lot of what she plays is on her phone, and she's way into a lot of like mobile games that are like hardcore as fuck that I didn't even know existed. And she always blows my mind with some of the shit she talks about. She came in the other day, Friday morning, and was just like, "Dude, I watched that Zelda trailer. Holy shit, I have to buy a Wii U." And I was like, "Well, Wii U finding one is gonna be almost impossible."
Is it?
And
I'll sell. Once you tell me who this individual is after the podcast,
And
I'll
close
sell them
enough-
mine.
You can just buy one used at GameStop.
But even still, like close enough in price to just buy a Switch and you're future proofed. And she's like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right." And then it's like, well, now you know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's alone where she'll end up buying that, right? And other people too who I remember when they first showed off Breath of the Wild before it was even called Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And I had people at work who were saying like, I'm buying a Wii U. Like I have to buy a Wii U because of this. And then those people who have waited and they've been waiting for this game to buy their Wii U, fuck, I'm just gonna buy the Switch because Zelda looks so fucking dope.
I mean, like, granted, I bought the GameCube version of Twilight Princess and not the Wii version, but that's only because I'd rather use a traditional controller. I did not want to use motion controls.
Yeah,
if this was the case again, if Switch was only motion controls, I don't know what I would do, to be honest. But if I'm gonna play a whole bunch of games on this system and it's a new system, I don't want to have an older system just for one game.
Yeah.
Or two.
My judge of the casual...
I did that already.
My judge of the casual audience, which is actually my sister, she did knowing that like I was going to your house, like this is Nintendo, like I'm kind of maybe excited again. Technically this is her Wii U, but she never even turned it on. That's kind of how she is. She asked me the next day, she was like, "Oh, how was that Nintendo thing? What's it called? The Switch?" I'm like, "Yeah. It was fine." She was like, well, like, it's still like portable and got all these control, all these different ways of playing it. I'm like, yeah. She was like, is Mario coming? I'm like, not to holiday. She was like, why no Mario? I'm like, I don't have a good answer for that. But there's Zelda. She's like, that's the green guy, right? I'm like, well, he's blue in this one, but yeah, you got it. For all intents and purposes, for how she is, yes, I know the difference between Link and Zelda. But yeah,
I'll let it slide.
She was not sold on it because there's no Mario. And if you look back on the Wii, you didn't get Galaxy right away, but you got New Super Mario Brothers.
Not right away. You didn't get
it was window though.
No,
it wasn't a window.
New Super Mario Brothers.
I could have swore it was window.
2009. New Super Mario Brothers was 2009
on the Wii.
On the Wii. Super Mario Galaxy was 2007.
2007. The Wii itself was 6.
And New Super Mario Brothers on Wii was 2009.
It's 2000 garbage.
No.
I hate the new series. It's just... It's good one player, but like multiplayer is shit.
Wii.
Those dang bubbles.
Are you... I don't...
On Wii or Wii U? It
On
was
Wii.
launched on Wii U.
Then what the hell then... When did I get this Wii?
Apparently in 2009, yo.
That couldn't have been that late.
I will say, with all of my,
Maybe it was 2009 when I got
my
it.
knives that I
getting it
pulled
that
on you
late.
just there with the PS4 launch lineup, the Switch does have 5 games on launch day, which is the lowest launch lineup I've ever seen ever, except for maybe...
Yeah. And then there's like the rest of the month.
Yeah, but launch day, you've got Breath of the Wild, 1-2 Switch, Best of the Best, forget all the rest, Super Bomberman R, Skylanders, Imaginators, and Just Dance 2017, which of those, obviously, Zelda and Super Bomberman. But...
And none of that's free.
I'm fine with that, I don't care.
I mean, like... We're saying about stuff to play once you get it out of the box. Like, yeah, like it's not great and maybe not what people are looking for, but you did technically have a Warframe that was kind of up your alley. Like, I tried it, it's fine, it's whatever. And then you have Resogun and Contrast. Like, they might not be the best games, but at least you had something to play outside the box. Because you did get, I believe, if I remember correctly, you did get a Plus free for a month. So you would have had Resogun and Contrast to play because they were the free Plus games.
You're getting a free trial of that online service, so you'll get NES or Super Nintendo game free for a month.
Can't wait. I have Resogun for life. And I still play that periodically. It's pretty good.
So, I'm kind of like running through the last hour in my head here. Are we okay? Is everything okay?
I'm concerned commercially because I did not get punched in the face at that conference. I needed to get punched in the face by Nintendo in that conference.
I think everybody was expecting a lot out of this, and those hopes were not fulfilled.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons. But I also think it's too quick to judge as well, even though I've done that already this episode.
Sure.
If this was the Wii U, I think again, this is the Wii U. We're kind of fine because the Wii is this huge commercial industry success, and I'm talking dollars and money. I'm talking money now, and a business model. If this is the Wii U again, I'm like, fine. Like it's a successor to the Wii, who just sold over 100 million units. Nintendo is on life support right now. Okay. Hardware wise, yes.
But regardless,
let me point out.
Would that really sway your opinion of getting one or not, just because it's not that successful, like globally?
No, and that's why I was kind of expecting like Nintendo's on life support here with hardware. I was waiting to get punched in the face, and I did not get it. Now I'm concerned.
Here's another thing to consider in terms of Nintendo and their success. 1985, a little game called Super Mario Brothers was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System. That is 32 years ago. Let's just say 31 and some months, right? Because it was late October, beginning of October, late September.
Yeah.
Right, but 31 years, 32 years old. To date, Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System, including units sold, units packed in with that console, its re-release on Virtual Console, or any of the other things, to date, just over 40 million purchases for Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System, which many would argue one of the most recognizable, if not the most recognizable games in video ass games.
I would say the.
You would say the.
I would say the.
Now, in 4 days, after 4 days, so December 15th, by the 19th of December, Nintendo saw 40 million, same number of purchases of Super Mario Brothers, but 40 million downloads of Super Mario Run on iPhone. So, in terms of awareness, brand awareness, it is out there. I'm not saying it was 40 million purchases, because I'm sure if we look at this room, 1 out of 3 people actually spent the $10 on the game, right? So that means that a 33% of... Huh?
Who else didn't buy it?
I didn't buy it.
Oh, okay.
Neither of you did, right?
Yeah.
Right. But still, to date, 33% of those 40 million downloads, we can argue, have purchased the game. So what's 33? What's a third of 40 million? That would be like 43 ways. We're going to 13 million, maybe, right? So 13 million people have spent $10, which puts us at what, 1.3 billion? Or 130 million? What am I, stupid? I don't know what's happening anymore, right? Just quick math. 130. But just there, in 4 days, they made that many monies. Minus the cut they have to give, right? But whatever. That's how many monies they make in that amount of time. Aside from money, just brand awareness alone, plus the fact you have the Universal Parks, you have their fingers in a lot of different honeypots here.
I'm not saying Nintendo itself is going to go under. I'm just saying
I don't think that the Switch is a piece of their business. Yes, video games is the business that they are in and they will continue to be in, but it is only a piece. I think that Kimishima coming out on stage and doing the, hey, all right, look, okay, yeah, yes. I think that's exactly how they're approaching the Switch. I think the company is completely different than we've known them to be under the Yamauchi days or the Iwata days. I think this is a new venture for them. I think it's very similar to where they are. I think they've learned a lot and they're carrying it forward, but I think it's still a lot of just like, hey, all right, it's a thing. You plug it into the TV, you unplug it, you take it with you.
Stick it in your butt.
All right?
Go.
Do you like Zelda?
Shove it up your butt.
All right. I think it's a lot of that. I think at E3 we're going to see, here's Mario. It's our big holiday game. But along the way, you're going to get Smash. You're going to get this. All the things that you want are coming. And the thing is, this is exactly the position that Nintendo has needed to be in forever. It's exactly what I said with the Wii U when it was first announced. They do not need to sell you this console as your primary console. They don't. They shouldn't, because it never will be. They need to tell you why this thing deserves to be next to your PS4 or your Xbox One or your Scorpio or whatever the fuck. Yeah. It is not your primary console, and it never will be. And for years, Nintendo has not tried to be your primary console. But I think they can be a console, and I think that they can be for many people their only console. For us, it's another thing that we have that we play and we love and we enjoy. But I'm still going to play Doom on PS4 till it comes to Switch. I'm stoked about the Switch. I think it's really, really rad. I think that they're in a good spot, and I'm excited to see what comes of it. If it ends up being another Wii U, where we get maybe 15 really, really rad Nintendo games, I don't care that I spent $300 on it. I would have spent $400 or $500 on it just to get those 15 Nintendo games.
I also think that doesn't go without saying that. I mean, the concerns are totally valid, though. Just from like an outside perspective, like again, like I bring to somebody who doesn't really know what the hell this thing is, and I try to explain it, and they're just like, "Yeah, I don't care."
You think? I think this thing has a really, really attractive.
I mean, I was talking to my brother about it. He just didn't care.
It's one of those things where if you could explain the concept, it's cool, and then you ask, "Well, I'm playing on it," and then you say what you're playing on it, and you're like, "Oh."
And like
and Zelda, as big as a property that it is, I don't think it appeals as mass audience as a Mario.
Sure. But that'll be your holiday push. That's when people buy consoles anyway. People don't buy consoles in March.
Yeah, that is.
But is that your big holiday push if who knows what the fuck Scorpio is and when it's coming? Oh. Who knows? Who knows what E3? You keep saying we're going to do these things in E3. We're going to do all these things at E3 and everything. Everyone's going to be happy. I'm starting to speak way too fast now. What the fuck's Sony going to do? Sony has hit the ball out of the park the last two E3s. And that's every moment in E3 the last 2 years, I immediately think of something that happened in Sony.
They're going to release that little game sphere, that PS5.
I mean, I'm down.
That was PS9.
It was 9.
But
yeah, they'll do it early.
Hey, we're a little preemptive to talk about E3, but Sony, I'm really concerned for E3 this year because I don't give a shit about VR. I don't give a shit about PS4 Pro. You've got Nintendo, who's going to be laying bombs down with Super Mario Odyssey, and I feel confident Nintendo at E3 this year. Well, jury's still out on that, but I feel pretty good about. Even if it's just them showing off Mario all E3, it's still going to be more impressive than fucking guy on a sad motorcycle with James Franco's white trash hair, and up against what's the game called? Marc's confused. I don't remember the name.
Days Gone.
Days Gone. The Sony.
Oh, God, I forgot.
Right?
Yeah. I actually think looks interesting.
I mean,
if they can get that many enemies on the screen, I don't know that's going to happen, but that has some possibility.
Okay, but yeah, you know my feelings.
I'm more hyped for Horizon.
Like I thought you were about to make fun of Cloud, and I was like, Come
No,
on.
no, no. Right,
I knew exactly what you were talking about when you started saying
I don't know.
trash.
I really don't know what Sony has to offer this year, especially when compared to, again, and I don't think that Scorpio is going to be this like magical, amazing thing, but it's still a new piece of hardware that Microsoft's going to have on stage, while Nintendo is showing off what Nintendo shows off, which is Nintendo, which you can't get anywhere else.
I think Nintendo, no matter what they do, it's always going to be a late bloomer.
Yeah,
Like at first, it's gonna rub people the wrong way because they're all about being different.
Maybe they don't have a lineup
It's
or a schedule yet,
It's
but
gonna take some time. But like throughout the development process, all of a sudden they're just gonna start making money and nobody's gonna know why, or they do. But that seems to be their trend.
Yeah,
they never start out great, and then.
Well, they're always the morning after everyone, right? Typically, when you do the directs and stuff.
Morning.
Yeah.
Before the Treehouse thing.
They always try to separate them.
That was
Blue
the other
Ocean.
thing, man. I did not give a shit about the Treehouse.
This year or
like last year when it was all about Zelda. Like I didn't.
Oh man,
I mean, it makes sense. You guys were. It's just as someone that wasn't hyped about Zelda then.
It was just cool to see raw gameplay. And usually trailers don't emphasize on the small details about that game, and usually small details are what helps make a game. Yeah. So it was cool to see him like kick a treasure chest and he stubbed his toe because he wasn't wearing shoes. If you're wearing boots, you don't have that problem. I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's fucking cool.
Who cares? But
back to what you said about Sony, though, I would have been concerned if PSX was like the faltering point. PSX was strong, very strong. It was very strong.
Forgot what happened.
Naughty Dog Sandwich, Parappa the Rapper.
No, see, that's not that strong. It's really not. I think it's cool, right? But Parappa is
for a small like PSX thing with your dedicated PlayStation community there. I thought it was rad.
It is, but like Uncharted's going to be out soon, and then that'll be over, so you won't have that at E3. And then Last of Us is coming out not for a while, and we're not going to see anything about The Last of Us at E3. So
here's a fun question:
you'll have Sucker Punch's game, and what else?
If Last of Us 2 was coming out on both PS4 and PS3, and he didn't have a PS4 yet, would you get a PS4 for Last of Us 2?
Depends on what the differences were.
Like it's just overall a superior version.
I mean,
to the PS3 one.
If it was something like remaster, the way the up-res was in remaster versus what it was on PS3, probably I would get on the last gen console. But it also depends what else is coming out with it. But if you give me,
I'm just saying, like, if it was just an all-around superior version to the PS3 version,
it depends what the differences were. I mean, overall superior, that's a very general, broad term. But if it was something like frame rate, the way it looked, how much better it looked, there's all kinds of factors that go into that before I can make a decision like that. This is $300, and I'm like, I don't know if Zelda on the Switch is worth it. I mean, that's $400, and then $460, and then whatever other peripherals I want when I buy it.
It's more for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But other things go into it, and like Zelda's there, that's great. If I had 2-3 other games, but if you're launching a console,
Super Bomberman R.
I don't care about Super Bomberman.
Puyo Tetris.
I can play Tetris on my original Game Boy, or I can download it. I can download on my phone.
Puyo.
I'm not spending $300 for Puyo Tetris.
I am.
That's just not up my alley.
1, 2, switch.
That's definitely
1, 2, switch.
That game's definitely not up my alley. I'm not milking cows with you guys on camera this year.
Mark, I'm very excited to play the Switch in a few weeks.
He said not on camera.
Oh, gross.
So off camera he will.
I mean, there's not a chance of me in hell playing it with just by you guys.
No.
Just
Pure
for fun.
Raw eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
I am not playing.
No blinking. First one to blink is the first one to stink. That's what I always say.
I am not playing.
We got plenty of T-shirts coming up in the next episode. You can get your new Donk City shirts. Yeah. That's been a free cheese 180, I think. Right?
Yeah, it went about as long as I kind of expected after the first segment.
So here's I wanted to wrap up at like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I
really did, right? But then we kind of went long and let it die. And then once we got a little bit, I was like, oh, fuck it. This is a long one. It's going. So here we are. We have some things to say before we leave, though, that are not related to the Nintendo Switch, although we are very excited for the Nintendo Switch. Matt launched a new segment on the website this week. You want to tell the kids all about it?
Yeah, so it's called Flipside. Every week, I like to voice my opinions, as you can see with the Switch. So I'm going to find something positive and something negative, and kind of recap the article, so that way, in case you don't know what's going on, I recap it. Then I will tell you why it's good and bad.
Yeah.
For the industry, for the person, for the company, whatever it relates to. But I think it's a nice way of getting some news to the site. In a very free cheesy kind of way.
I like it. It's not because we abandoned doing news because all we found was that we were kind of just transcribing press releases, which you can go to any website and get. But what makes us different is us. And I think this is a very, very cool new article. Now, once he shits on the Switch this week, the whole series will probably get shut down. And it'll be the end of it.
No, I'm probably going to be booted off as an editor when on February 27th I'll write a riveting 5 out of 5 review for Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't even played it yet.
Done.
I'll have a draft ready to go for the 29th.
I just heard like a static for a second. Could you? I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, I think the mic picked it up. I'm looking at Joe's computer. Yes, the mic picked it up. 5 out of 5.
Like
February 27th.
Yeah, like I heard you say 5 out of 5, but I didn't hear the
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nintendo Switch is 5 out of 5 is what you're hearing, I think.
Well, what was it?
Nintendo Switch is 5 out of 5.
Okay.
That's the one.
That's why. Okay.
Go read Flipside. Your first one was Scalebound / Awesome Games Done Quick.
Yeah.
So one shitty thing and one really cool
Talk about
thing.
Awesome Games Done Quick.
Oh, shit, because that one got canceled quick as fuck. Actually, it was a real long, slow death.
It was,
pretty... Yeah. Go check that out. There's some other surprises happening soon. Things are coming. Old things become new again. I'm just going to say that. You guys don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. You won't know what I'm talking about.
I was
not
waiting for you to
anything.
chant Region Free means Mother 3.
Well, since you mention it. Region. Go to thefreecheese.com. Find all of our episodes, find all of our articles, find all of our cover stories. Right now, we're doing a cover story called Remember. Beautiful cover art by none other than Marc Augustiniak himself. You should check out all of Marc's stuff on his Twitter. You can follow him at aug_mental. If you want to give Matt a little praise on the flip side, tell him, maybe send Matt some articles, interesting things that he can consider for Flipside. At MattyIce131 on the Twitter. You can just tell me about how you think Region Free means Mother 3 on Twitter at The Free Cheese, and follow The Free Cheese at Some Free Cheese. You can also download this podcast, which you probably already did, and the rest of the podcasts, iTunes Store, Google Play Store. Rate, review us, subscribe. Let your friends know that you listen to a rad fucking podcast called The Free Cheese Podcast.
We're now called Region Free Cheese.
Oh my god.
My god.
Yeah. Next month, Marc and I will be in New Donk City playing the Nintendo Switch, so come visit us there if you so choose to. Anything else? Do we have anything big happening this week on the site? I'm off for 2 days, so I'm going to have some stuff. I might, whatever. Last week, I did a little live stream of something called Let It Die, but God, that was some rough video quality. The stream got all kinds of fucked up, and I didn't realize it until it just stopped working.
I gave you my bit of advice.
Yeah. I don't know. But stuff is a-coming. 2017 looks good. Switch looks real good.
Sure.
Region free. Me. Mother free. Mother 3.
No, I'm going to say, now you're messed up. You're saying it so much.
I can edit it. Region free means Mother 3. All right. That's it. Thank you, Marc. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener. Thank you, 2.5 hours for being here with us.
I mean, we knew this was coming. This is the Nintendo Switch.
It was the Nintendo Switch episode. Region free means Mother 3. So, I mean,
I keep wanting you to say Region Free means Mother Cheese.
It might if Mother Russia bleeds. So, yeah. Go play Let It Die.
Not on the Switch.
Go play Let It Die.
Oh, man, if it was.
Let It Die?
If Let It Die was there, too.
Mother Russia bleeds.
I'm done preaching.
Binding of Isaac's coming to Switch.
That's true.
It's true.
Another
It's real
port.
true. Region free means
another
Mother
port.
3. Region free means Mother 3. We'll be back next week with another thrilling episode of The Region Free Means Mother 3. The free cheese. We'll see you in a week.